Jenkins actually unfiltered opinion on the fact that DK didn't go for the AoE stun 25.
Unfiltered opinion. Okay, well, if you asked Fogg, he'd be,
Well, Fogg's not here,
very
Jenkins.
visceral, so I'll speak for him.
Please.
He was not too happy about that. He was obviously much more festered and visceral than I was, and that I'm going to be right now. Yeah, I mean, you're against a PL, you should probably go for that, so that way you can figure out what the real PL is by just stunning all of them, damaging all of them. But to be fair, like, he was getting the PL in every single fight, and then
even without him,
even without it, it's like he identified that he didn't need it, and it looks like he was right. And
one fight actually, that talent, the region talent, helped him quite a bit. He lived through the whole duration of the fight, regened almost all of his HP, and re-attacked.
Exactly, you're playing against this PL hero, like, and Warlock. Like, all of these heroes do a shitload of damage over time, so. At the very least, like, sure, he's going to be out of mana, but he's not going to die. He's going to survive. And DK in the late game, once you have the Aghanim Scepter Black Dragon form, you don't necessarily need mana to be effective. He went for a full damage build, so just being around, especially with the Ballista, for goodness sake, you can do a ton of damage as long as you're alive. So I actually think it was a decent choice.
And looking back, PL at this point in the game, when you have double overwhelming blink on the Mars and the DK, you then have like a line with the A. Like, there's so many forms of just kind of illusion mitigation that it kind of gets really hard to win this game.
Oh, poor Warlock. I just see why he's the only one that didn't make it to 25.
Yeah, very sad.
He had a free slot at the end of the game. Imagine being in a 60-minute game and you have a free slot. That's just the life of a position 5, isn't it?
Needed that Midas. The good old days with Midas Warlock.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
What a crazy game, and what craziness from... I mean, obviously PSG LTD lost this game, so kudos to Vici Gaming. They played their hearts out, and they needed to also. We'll talk about standings in a little bit. But PSG LTD held with 41k deficit. I can't... Like, this just... It's ridiculous. I guess at some point, it's not about what items you have. It's just literally about how you play.
Leshniks. Just the hardest heroes in the current meta, I think, to push into, that we've seen in the tournament, at least.
Do you guys remember when we were talking previously about the meta that the DPC CN is bringing? It's literally Nyx and Lesh. If you let Nyx go through, they will pick it and they will then combo it with the Leshrac because it's very difficult to deal with. So
also, fun fact, Vici Gaming now is part of 2 records. They are part of the shortest game, 6 minute 28, but also now they're part of the longest game at the major with 1 hour 5 minutes and 13 seconds. So Vici Gaming, record holders.
They take a lot to win, but very little to lose.
Yes.
What a wild card team. Fun to watch. You don't know what you're going to get. A complete catastrophe or just utter annihilation over a 60-minute period.
Yeah, love it. They are now in the situation where they are, 8-6. So this was their last series for now, because they are very much hoping that Team Nigma will lose 0-2 to Beast Coast later today, because that will create a tie between them for upper bracket of the playoffs. For as it stands now, though, they are either hoping for tiebreakers or they're guaranteed lower bracket.
Isn't there a chance that we get like 4 or 5 teams in the tiebreaker?
This is amazing.
There is, there
That's
is,
amazing.
actually.
We're gonna have like potentially Nigma loses, so they go 8-6 tied with Vici Gaming. Then EG loses, TNC loses, Liquid wins, Spirit wins. So then you have 4 teams tied for 7, and then 2 teams tied for 2.
All the tiebreakers are best of 1, by the way, and they're all happening today. So we might be in for a long one, depending on the results of the rest of the series of today. This was only the first series of the day. There's going to be 4 in total. Our next one up is coming at you after this break. It's going to be Team Spirit versus TNC.
by default.
Yeah, you're sitting on a pillow. I'm still taller than you.
Unbelievable. I'm doing great, though.
Yes. Good to hear. How are you guys doing over there?
Good. After this insane series, 60 minutes, watching some Tier 5 neutral items always feels good. I don't think anything was like that game-changing because we should have ended the game earlier, but, for the fans out there.
Hey, I'm all happy for that. If this is going to be the for the fans trend, Fogged, I think we can get used to that.
That was the first 60-minute, right?
It was.
So that's good. I don't think we're going to see too many. I don't think this tournament's really built toward that late game from what we've been seeing develop.
But in the 3 minutes that we got to see any buffs or nerfs for Tier 5 items, that Ex Machina looked pretty good for a brief second.
Broken item.
Ballista ended up being useless. DK took the pirate hat instead.
He was swapping it in, like during the fight. I noticed that he was swapping it in and out, trying to see if it's good.
He's testing.
Efficiency. All right, we've got a series coming up that's very important for both of the teams. We got TNC versus Team Spirit. Now, for the side of Team Spirit, Tsunami, they've not been looking too hot.
No,
they started good though.
They did. They exceeded expectations for me. Eastern Europe for me, I thought was a bunch of young up-and-comers, and for the longest time, the region was known for having veterans be the foundation of fresh rosters. And now, between VP and Spirit, I'm like, you don't need the old people anymore. You just get a bunch of brand new pub stompers and they will find success. And for Spirit specifically, they were splitting a lot of series that I weren't.
Playing them, he is a great player. First, he caught my eye when he was playing for the Yellow Submarine, and being known as Mio. Guy's definitely extremely skilled. What I want them to do right here is not play Tiny. Please, for the love of God, if you can. Even though they've been winning some games with Tiny, the hero just feels so lackluster compared to, especially as a position 4. Like, you're that one combo using 2 out of 4 abilities, doesn't feel that great.
You were hating on Tiny during Southeast Asia DPC tier
for a while.
Boomy played 5 positions.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
5 positions.
Tiny.
Only a Tiny allowed.
Yeah.
With 3 grand. No, mid-tiny is also good. If you find the Fairy's Trinket, then it makes your hero very potent, but and you can scale. As for position 4 Tiny, you're pretty much the Avatos combo, that's it.
What do you want to see from TNC then? Because if you're talking about them, they're sometimes a little bit too divide. I think you can say the same thing about TNC.
No, the word is Rambulan when you're referring to Southeast Asian Dota, but it's the same concept, same high-intensity Dota. But TNC have been measured, I think. Of the 3 Southeast Asian representatives that we had at this tournament, I think TNC is probably the most conservative, which is surprising because you see them doing things like carry axe and following in LGD's footsteps, but I think that they will not let Spirit take advantage of any mistakes. They're going to be, and wow, actually, first phase banning out the axe Spirit no one up against.
Yeah, okay. LGD just setting the meta a little bit here.
Yeah, they tried it yesterday in their series, of course, against Team Liquid. They did drop a game with Gabby Axe.
They did.
They were the only carry axe that lost, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Sure, but I mean, I guess it's only been played 4 times, though, right?
3 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah, 2 by TNC, 2 by LGD. And Spirit don't want to deal with it. Don't know if it's been figured out enough. Instead, they will pick the most picked hero of the entire tournament.
And Collapse's best hero. At the DPC as well. He was the standout for me whenever he was playing his Mars. everyone was saying just like you first two ban this versus this guy because he's so comfortable on it. So
just the hero does so many things. You have a displacement tool, you have a good laning stage, and this is something that has been very popular lately. Opener with the Dragon Knight, flexible hero can go to the off lane, different skill build instead of maxing the breathe fire, and putting multiple points in that stun. What about some like TB bars opener? Why? Because why not? Like I wouldn't mind seeing that. Just secure the late game with the TB, who's been one of the most successful heroes of the tournament on top of Mars. Like Mars had around like 70, over 70. I think he's down to.
He's dropped down
Timber
60s or 50s.
I really want a Timbersaw there. Even if you have Mars, you just like Tokyo likes to play the Mars mid. Sure, you're gonna move it off a collapse, but you see Snapfire and DK, you already are applying a ton of pressure. I like the snap pick versus the Mars a lot. I've been seeing people playing it. You know, you see your teammate get speared to the wall, you cook him off of the wall so he's not taking that super high damage. So I've been liking some of these combo plays.
Dire team ban.
Dragon Knight in general, Fogged. I think you and I were discussing it on the bus over here.
Yeah.
I checked the numbers. Homie's got like a 70% plus win rate right now with like a lot of picks as well. So we were thinking answers. We were proposing Underlord mid, Death Prophet 5, anything with percentage-based damage. AA helps kind of in that regard at mitigating Dragon's Blood, but it's really the laning phase that DK is just an
He just comes online so quickly. We've seen what Nigma does with it, whether it's a mid, whether it's off lane, where they just collapse on the towers early on. They bring the numbers 7-8 minutes in with the catapult. If it's an off lane, we saw Nigma against Vici when they kill both off lane and the mid tower, and it completely opens up the map for them. So this is where the strength from the Dragon Knight. He doesn't have many bad mid matchups anyway. Like he loses to Razor, potentially Storm Spirit does okay against the Dragon Knight.
I want some either Luna or Razor. Those are the two that we were talking on the bus with AUI as well. Those are the two that I think sound really nice. Like the Luna in lane, I think DK can, sure, he's got super high armor, but when you have a mixed damage, you also buff your support because with the aura, and then you have the Lucent Beam. I think it's a pretty strong answer. I don't think teams are valuing Luna as much as it should be. I hated Luna in the DPC. Do you want to say that right away? But after what I saw what Nigma was doing, like ILTW, sure, he's probably like the best Luna at the moment, but can see the potential of the hero for sure versus these tankier cores.
Absolutely. Death Prophet that you talked about removed just now, another hero that we see a lot. As terms of percentage damage that you mentioned, Tsunami, Phoenix rising in popularity.
That's right.
I don't want Phoenix AA.
No?
Seems,
do you want Phoenix Snapfire? Sorry.
I don't mind. Yeah.
You could set yourself up for a Nyx pick. Or wait, is it banned? Sorry. Yeah, Nyx is taken out. Yeah. So you could go for that. I was gonna say Spirit does like to play the Nyx, and then both of your supports are countered in a way. But since it is gone, could see something like that. I do like having it more of a melee hero with these Snapfires and AAs, just a +1 that can be more of a tanky one, but I guess the DK satisfies that, so is the Mars as a core position.
Night Stalker band, something that I think is very underrated as a pick, can be played at all three core roles, and like just be able to jump the back line, silence it. Very interesting band here, not something that we usually see, but
yeah, Bach played it versus Liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus EG as well, and it actually, I think they lost both of those games, but it looked good still.
And the cost loves the hero.
I just love the hero. It's much stronger laner than people think. First 5 minutes, you have a high HP region, you have a high base armor as well, good attack animation, so you don't care too much about it. There's a couple of matchups that you don't like to play into, but definitely a strong hero. Would definitely also love to see more of it.
I do like him versus the Mars. You know, flying in and out. You break initiation in a lot of ways too with that massive silence.
So does the TB ban indicate anything about where this Dragon Knight's going? Or is it still pretty open to interpretation mid or offlane?
TNC Predators turn to pick.
Hoodwink.
The Hoodwink ban.
That break mechanic.
Yeah, sure.
So Bristle?
Team Spirit also played it as position 5, I believe, this time around. Ancient Apparition. I don't want AA to be flexed. Feels like a waste of gold when he's not played as a position 5.
10 seconds remaining.
Seen a lot of players running it. Don't look at me. You know, I know. I know because I played 4A with him. And he hates me when I pick it.
That's why I said it.
Stupid look.
What is your item build on 4A?
There is no build. That's the point. You don't know what to do with your money. You're just like, I'm just gonna buy a shard at 20, and now I've just got a shard, and I'm a
3 null talismans and a Kyle. Let's go.
Hey, good work.
Don't give me that look. Excuse me, this look.
Yeah, we spent too much time together, me and Cog, just hanging around, talking to each other, playing the games together, laning. We had to take a break for a couple of days.
Late
And
night
good
messages.
relationship.
For sure.
You know, there's some tilt in some of those games for sure. I'm jungling, he's jungling. Who knows what happens? Clockwork.
Another strength. Like, is Timbersaw available?
They better
Yeah.
pick Timber.
Like, they better just get the Timber straight
It's
away.
still the Timbersaw available, but does Team Spirit play it?
Or put
They play it.
Mars on the mid lane.
Okay.
I really want to see it. It's really good in combination. Also with
10
AA,
seconds
just
remaining.
buff up the numbers. Good of course. 3 strength cores. So
5 seconds.
move that
remaining.
Mars mid.
At least the Clockwork is justified because you said you wanted a melee pairing for the Snapfire.
Yeah.
Something to cookie with.
Good for scouting AA's positioning. Seen a couple times now that he's Clockwork versus Mars. Also, where you hook shot, you don't go through the wall, but you stun the target that's inside of the Mars arena.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty funny interaction.
Okay, well, they go for a pairing with the arena, but I'm with you. Why are they leaving Timber on the table unless if it's just non-collapses Arsenal?
I don't see the reason why you shouldn't pick it. Like, this is one of the most free
10
Timbersaw
seconds
games.
remaining.
You get Hood. You don't get any damage from these heroes. You have naturally
5
high armor coming up
seconds
from your
remaining.
reactive against the Snapfire. You don't care too much about it.
Also, now, what is the answer to an
Dire team.
offlane DK? You're gonna need it from your core, like an Ursa or something, because I feel like Willow nor AA really scare an offlane DK very
So yeah,
much.
this is offlane Dragon Knight for sure. Now with the puck pick, they already showed their position 4 and 5 with Snapfire Clockwork. I don't know, just get that Timber. So again,
I think you just pick Timber, and then now Mars is even better mid, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the Mars
Against
versus
Buck.
Buck matchup a lot, so
5
I think it
seconds
stands
remaining.
out for me. It's something I've seen Spirit do a lot in the DPC. Please pick the Timber. It's gonna get banned otherwise.
I mean, they're taking a long time to think about this.
Yeah.
Dire team.
They already
back.
have good team fights, so I just want them to have more damage.
Wraith King.
Okay. So that AA Wraith King, the lane that we used to see be pretty dominant, but I've been seeing this lane get taken advantage of pretty heavily in most situations now.
Ooh, how do they fare against DK?
I think he just stands there.
Yeah, I think he just stands there.
10
It is,
seconds remaining.
we are saying maxed Hellfire Wraithfire Blast on Wraith
5
King these days, so a little bit more
remaining.
magic damage. But I don't think it's sustainable, and the skeletons are just going to tickle a Dragon Knight. I mean, at this point, TNC may not even bother banning the Timber because they're like, well, you would have picked it by now if you really wanted it.
Yeah, I still think they should. I think they should ban it because, as we're saying, you know, you can still switch the lanes up easily for Spirit.
TNC.
But maybe Spirit just doesn't want it.
Dire team banned.
Meanwhile, they'll ban out someone who can walk in and out of the arena with the Life Stealer, Jug still in the pool.
Tiny ban.
I'm looking at some puck counters if they don't want to put Mars in the mid, which is a good matchup for Mars, much better than
10 seconds
I expected.
remaining.
First time I saw it, I thought it was an anomaly, but then like it showed that it's
5
really
seconds
strong
remaining.
for Mars. So some kind of a silence, a bit more control. Puck can dodge all of these abilities with the phase shift. You don't have that like one big initiation that he goes in and just slaps him, stuns him. So Puck pretty much having a free game here.
I've been seeing a lot of teams going back toward that Ember, where they go for the Orb of Corrosion and they try to slight span the Puck, but I've seen the Puck win every one of these matchups now. I've heard all the pros talking about it too, where the Ember is able to bully the Puck, but now I think there's just too much sustain. There's too many runes. Like, Puck just heals through it and ends up winning the lane, and then it's got this godly coil versus Ember in most of the games, so I think they might go for it on Spirit, but I wouldn't like if they did.
10 seconds remaining.
Where do you
Dire
think
team.
TNC are going to go with their carry? They're going to go for something late game, like a Spectre, or more early game combat, like an Ursa?
I would love Spectre.
like
Spectre just
Spectre.
ruins Ancient Apparition and Dark Willow. Like these backline supports, they love to stand further away. Also Clockwork, Puck, very mobile heroes. What about Timbersaw?
10
Timbersaw?
Please pick Timber, right? I really hope they do pick it.
I mean, they ban out a collapse specialty with Kunkka.
They go for the Underlord. So they
similar.
still put the
It's
Mars mid.
It's still a similar kind of concept with that percent damage, and the root is really nice versus Puck.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. That is a collapse special as well.
Sure.
So it is going to be that mid Mars. They do have good ways to kill DK at all stages of the game with AA and
And it
Underlord.
would discourage against a Spectre pick now, probably.
It does.
5
does for sure.
seconds remaining.
I'm all right with that. Natural pipe buyer as well versus this heavy magic damage that TNC will be able to come out with Puck and Snapfire.
So
What
you're
else
playing
is there in
against
the
what?
pool? Because you can't pick like Phantom Lancer, even though it looks good. I don't think it's banned now against the Underlord, the root mechanic. Aura. Yeah, Ursa's okay.
I think it's the best one because it's just a lane matchup, and then the squishy supports. You don't really care. There's no hard lockdown coming from the support, so you're gonna get enrage off. You can just run through.
I don't think it's that bad for Underlord in the laning stage against Ursa. When you pair it up with the Dark Willow, you have double root mechanic, so you can keep them inside the Firestorm. Ursa level 1 doesn't do that much damage as people expect, and he's gonna be paired up with the Clockwork, so not too much synergy there. Like the chase potential is, but you also need to get like inside the cogs, which could be a bit problematic. You can jump in, still don't think it's a bad matchup for Underlord.
Not a bad matchup for Underlord. What do you think, Tsunami?
It's a hero that we haven't seen very much of, but it's one that I
10
think
seconds
it's
remaining.
going to rise in prominence mainly because of how this meta is evolving.
5 seconds
Tanky
remaining.
cores, heals, stuff like that. There aren't really that many saves on TNC, so it's not that big of a deal to try to take down a DK. I think he's more mortal than people are expecting. I like Spirit's creativity. It's just that I feel that if they didn't pick Timbersaw here, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. So I'm going TNC for game number 1.
And he's got the Enigma style. That looks like Enigma draft to me, which just looks so dominant, just the pace that you can set. Spirits looks a bit more slow with this Wraith King.
It is, because Wraith King needs time to come online. Underlord also very sluggish. I'm kind of favoring TNC here. Like this Ursa, the first Roshan, something that he relies on taking, always going to be there. Snapfire with the minus armor. Clockwork can be extremely aggressive early on. Same goes for Puck. Very, like you said, I'm having these Enigma vibes from their draft.
T1 also on the side of TNC here for this match. This match is very important, actually. TNC, if they win this game, even just one game, they at least avoid any kind of tiebreaker scenario for elimination. So that's really good. And by winning, they also keep their dream alive in terms of perhaps getting into the tiebreakers for upper bracket. So that's still an option for them as well. They are literally on the cusp. They are 6 and 6. And Team Spirit, they need to win. They can lose to have some tiebreaker scenarios for elimination, but winning very, very important. Let's find out how Game 1 is going to play itself out. We're heading over to our commentary duo, Officer Action Slacks and AY2000.
Where we got ruined?
Easy.
Shiva. Well, I'm here actually with OD Pixel. He's the best play-by-play caster in the world. I really look forward to casting with him at...
No! Nobody takes my duo. Welcome to the game, ladies and gentlemen. Owen's out, Allie's in, and we can't wait to get to Team Spirit versus TNC. Mr. 2000, as they call you there in your local hangouts. What do you think about this draft? What do you think about these teams? Don't cheat. Don't look at it and memorize it.
Something's happening in the game already, though. So
All right, let's go to the game. Let's go. All right, enough.
I want to go see it.
Welcome to the cast, ladies and germs. It's so good to have you all here for this very exciting match. Shiver set it up absolutely perfectly right before
she didn't ruin it at all. Yeah,
ruined our cool intro. We primed Shiver. We told her last night we were so excited about our cool intro, and then she said, "Yeah, I'll do it." Right? Wink. Very cruel.
Yeah, so I think Spirit is probably a smoke, but they have a first blood on the Wraith King, which is a huge deal in this lane.
Yes,
good
absolutely.
Yeah, they killed Gabby too.
Ooh. So smoke, big deal. Oh my god, we were late. Oh my god, this is a replay, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, the action just does not stop between these two teams. As we see another team fight there. Please don't make a Reddit thread. We were doing our best, okay? We had a bit, and we wanted to do it. I'm sorry you missed the action there, but start off with 1 kill.
Yeah, and Tim's managed to snipe the bounty rune there, so I think... No, they actually... Yeah, he managed to snipe the bounty rune there, so not 3 bounty runes in the first one, but looking nice for Team Spirit. It's clear that they came into this game with a plan, you know? I don't think they've been feeling... Like, it's not like they've looked bad at this major, but I think they know they could do better, and this time, aggression right away.
Yeah, a little bit of some stun action there on Mr. DK, and Clockwork doing a fantastic job there, running some interference, getting in their face here. Seeing so many DKs these days, Mr. 2000. He's the leader of the bunch, you know him well, and he is back yet again.
Yeah, I've honestly been surprised by how well this hero has been doing in the offlane. When I see DK, like in my head, I feel like there are a lot of carry matchups that can do really well versus this hero. But I think teams are like, have looked at his skill set and just thought that even if he gets countered in lane, he's still gonna have a lot of impact in the game. And also, he's been doing really well in these lanes too.
What is his? Oh no! Right into the brambles. There you go. That $70 set from Dire Tide, not paying off there. It's very sad. What is DK's skill set? Max Dragon Blood and stand there? I mean...
That is his skill set, actually. Like, you can mess with the enemy CS. They buffed us until maybe 70 mana for 70 damage, so you can sort of spam that out at level 1 and 2. And then you pretty much just tank up and out-CS your opponent. At level 6, you'll pressure the tower.
Jeez. Pathetic. Max Dragon Blood, people. It's so
what do you go on Slacks DK for the aspiring pros out there?
I don't go DK.
Okay.
Because I have an attention span. I don't understand how someone can play DK and just get, just stand there regenning.
Winning's fun.
Winning is fun.
Winning is super fun.
Well, neither one of us would know a lot about that.
That's true.
At any rate, mid lane though, let's take a look there. Doing pretty even Steven here. I guess Puck's a little bit ahead here. But Underlord is already, of course, on the, leading in the last hits. Not having a very good time on the Snapfire as a very low HP. Gonna get into that bramble again? You can't just walk into the brambles like that, Owie.
Yeah, Snapfire has no TP for 10 seconds after it respawns, so it's looking good for the Dire team. Like, this aggression coming out from Spirit, this is to play. Because if you look at these two teams, how they match up, they're both really aggressive teams, so it's about who can push it a step further without, like, overcommitting.
And try and fire with fire, as it were, as both these guys are starting to run at each other. We already have more kills than there is minutes in the game. This is very depressing for Snapfire having to wait, but she's going to grab some items. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Mr. Clockwork still running a little bit of interference, making some space for that extremely boring Dragon Knight character. But he's getting some last hits now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to kill top lane. Maybe they'll pick off the AA if Clockwork gets a good go on her. But I think what you want to see this game is, I would like to see how TNC support join up this game. Just because they have the melee plus range, are a lot more mobile in their map control. You compare that to like an AA and a Willow, who can't really make moves together early.
Ursa down in the bottom lane, rocking that small child cosmetic, one of my favorites. If a man does not even care enough to protect his little baby and brings him into battle doing backflips, you gotta be afraid of that guy. You don't know what he's capable of, Alan.
Yeah, that is scary.
Would you ever do that? Bring your kin into battle and do backflips?
I would not.
Well, you're smarter.
I think you would, but
I definitely would.
You would. It'd be really funny. That's a good bet, so you got to do it. I think Ursa's build, he went for the Mask of Death. I think it's really smart because this is like a sustain ward here. Oh,
nice pin there. Probably not going to be enough to kill the Puck, of course, but evening up that HP. And here comes Clockwork. He's just saying, back up, dog.
Yeah, he's just trying to secure his Puck, this water rune. And you can see, like, this is the map presence of the Clockwork, having this melee support here. If, like, the Willow can't rotate the same way, if he was there, like, Puck would have been dead on the rune.
Very unfortunate.
I guess this is why DK's strong too. Because he's so tanky at this point with 2 points of the Dragon's Blood, Clockwork felt very comfortable just going over to mid, securing the water rune, and like keeping the equilibrium for
a prize.
Yeah, truly, he's not even worth clicking at this point. He just kind of exists. You just let it happen. Wow, these roots are just doing some work here. Grandma getting in the way of Dark Willow, making sure that she cannot finish the job, as Underlord is still on the top of your last hits here. It is a pretty bad spread here in favor of Dire, my friend.
Yeah, actually, this lane, I thought like it was interesting from Gabby because he thinks that he needs to out-sustain the Underlord in order to stay in the lane, so he rushed the Mask of Death. But I don't know if his plan's working. I'm not too sure if it's like his support was a bit weak or, oh, they're going for kill here.
Uh-oh, here. Oh my goodness gracious. Grandma taking out the younger generation there as we wait to see what happens. Perhaps they will go on this Underlord as well. Clockwork in position. Tim's is a hungry hippo, but we will see if he has the gusto to pull this one off. I don't think so. JJ? Are they going to do it? No.
He has 10 stick charges. He's really just tanky and strong. He already has boots. And they get this D ward too. It's really important. So I was looking forward to see how TNC rotated, but unfortunately, like, the Snapfire solo kills the Dark Willow, but then he doesn't have enough resources to go for the bigger kill. So even though they got the kill on the Willow, I don't know if they're happy with the sequence of events that just happened.
Yeah. Willow, of course, happy to give her life, and yet again, these brambles are getting caught, but will they lose the rune as well? Owie, this match is starting to get a bit away from them despite their last hit lead here. Puck is actually catching up now, leading up those last hits. So, what do you think about the... Oh, War with the shotgun. The boomstick did miss, and here we go. All those stick charges are going to be just fine for ya boy, Underlord.
Yeah, he's just really hard to kill right now. Sorry, you're asking me something?
Nah, I forgot.
That's
obviously doesn't matter. No, but what do you think about these lanes in the mid matchup? How's the Mars versus Puck? I've heard that Puck is kind of real good against Mars, right? Should we see some rotations, or is it the opposite?
I haven't heard that one. I think like Puck's just a very stable mid hero. If you get... I was just going to talk about it. He should look to TP in and coil someone. That's the strength of Puck. This mid matchup in general, like, if either one TPs, because of how far you can TP away from tower, you're just on top of them already. You just pick off a free kill.
Yep, beautiful dodge there by our Mel as he moves in on that Ancient Apparition. As you said, time to rotate and put down that coil. As we see that this match is still pretty even. Here we go. Mars trying to do the same thing, but does Mars have the same kind of kill ability as Puck? Absolutely. Goodbye, Grandma. As he will take one himself. It looks like these teams are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, it's the same move coming out. When the enemy mid rotates, it means that he spends what I like to consider your early game ultimate, is TP scroll. And it means that he can't respond to your move. So anywhere you go on this Mars, once Puck has shown his TP, it's pretty much a free kill. Chooses to get a bottom, it's pretty good. There's a big difference though. Puck sort of rotated defensively and helped his top lane out, but they're not pressuring the tower at all. Meanwhile, Underlord, since he had a good lane and a rotation, they've already done 800 damage to his tower.
Oh, look at that. That was some quick fingers coming out from the Clockwork. A well-deserved taunt there. One of the most powerful things you can do in any Dota game is to gloriously taunt after any skill usage.
Yeah, I think the mental game of Dota is really underrated. It breaks down teams, especially EG, but... Sorry.
That is true, and also
it's just so free, Sag.
Who do you see taunting most?
Definitely that old, like, Misery Weeha, King RD,
oh god,
Stack, like HFN, those guys, they just couldn't stop taunting.
Yes.
And yeah.
They disbanded because of it, I think.
Yeah, they just taunted too much, that's why? I think you're right.
Very sad. As we see Raid King here, he's going to take out one life and looking to set up for number 2. Tim's trying to make his way in, but they are separated out. Those dangerous brambles coming in. Tim now has to run. We're going to probably see a spear into the cogs. Easy pickup. Puck, however, will still be chilling in the back, you know, biding time. Meanwhile, bottom lane, a little bit of some pushka down underneath the tower. And Dragon Knight actually going to rotate in to save Grandmama.
And they're going through the Puck as well. They need to get this kill.
Uh-oh. As a big hit, great jump in by your grandma right there. But here we go. Dragon Knight not going to let him go. They get that big kill, and maybe they'll get a little bit more. Ancient Apparition a bit slow as the old man tries to shuffle his way out. Gonna have to cut through that tree. Excellent move there. That's some LD casting right there. He cut through the tree, Owie! Wowee! Wow. As he goes down as well.
Yeah, really stellar play from TNC. I think how Puck's movements, it's really measured how he's moving this game. He didn't leave mid too early. He just like waited for his time, bided his time. He TVs for a kill. You know, he walks up top for a kill, and he's already. Oh, what just happened? He's got him.
My goodness gracious.
He dodged the one in the river, but he couldn't dodge this one.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's been very measured in his rotations, and it leads to him just taking over the map. He kills him top, he kills him bottom, he's just everywhere.
Yep. Now, Underlord does really well in the lanes, as I've seen, but we haven't seen this hero too much lately. And, you know, I don't see him having too much impact besides Uber rides in pro games. In your pub games, you know, he'll be able to run over you, do some carry Underlord stuff, but do you really think he's going to have that much impact in this game?
I think they have an idea with this hero. I think it's mostly this DK hero has been picked really early, and because of that, because he looks so good, most of the hands of Enigma, teams have been trying to figure out what heroes can counter his toolset. I think one of the best counters to him is going to be like % magic damage, and that's what Underlord does. He also just like controls the area. DK's not the most mobile hero. You get a good hit off, a good firestorm, like you're going to kill this hero almost on your own.
They're one-man coil followed up by Mortimer's kisses. Oh, Dark Willow. More embarrassing than a day having copy pastas on Reddit about her. She's just taken out, Owie.
Yeah, and that's a good kill because they defended this bottom wagon. I think Spirit really wanted to get the tower with that wagon, but a quick rotation from TNC.
Oh, Jesus. TNC is all over the place right now. Dragon Knight trying to make his way out. Great defensive spear, though, by the Mars as he TP's in with half health to protect his big carry. And here we go. Nice arena trying to get a little bit of something here. Pops that sticky. And Grandmama, she's going down. Sad tail. Dark Willow getting some revenge on that clockwork as well. Not the best initiation from TNC. They have got to be careful with all this aggression. Those kind of bad moves into the jungle, not too great. But hey, look, Urs is still farming. It's fine, right, guys?
This is where you go on your chat wheel, you do some space created, and honestly, it's not so bad. You lost a couple supports, but you force everyone here. So, I mean, there are worse things, right? Like, it's better than dying in your own triangle.
It is definitely worse things. That's a Dota player mentality right there.
No. That's not a Dota player mentality. If someone dies like that, you definitely break your items in Dota. That's not good.
Gracious. As we return it to the mid lane now, Dragon Knight gonna be using his inherent powers of turn into a dragon, push tower, very complicated hero.
The idea from Spirit, they just sit an Underlord there. If he's just standing in front using his % damage, AoE control, the Dragon Knight, he pops the Dragon Form, but he doesn't hit the tower at all.
He knows his life is over, but maybe he can right-click one of those cogs before he goes down. Very generous to let the Dragon Knight get that kill. Never going to see that except for in pro games. I
would have taken that kill.
I would have taken that kill.
Yeah, for sure.
Jesus.
The stupid cores don't deserve it.
They don't deserve anything.
They don't deserve anything.
What are you going to do? Put another point in Dragon's blood?
Yeah.
Huh? Jesus. Anyway.
I think TNC, they're playing this game and they're playing a very 4-protect-1 style for the Ursa right now. As soon as he gets his Diffuser Blade, he's going to start to pop off. I think TNC are one of the better teams at running multi-core lineups because of how fluid they are with the resources they give to each core. As soon as you have a timing, they're going to go fight, and then they're just going to bring everyone.
Oh, and Tim's just getting picked on by the Smart. Nice aggressive movement there. If you want to come mess with me, you're getting the hook shot, and he won't even be able to finish him off there. That was the biggest balls move I have ever seen. Hook shots into the man. I love it.
That was a really great reaction. The moment he sees him, he just cogs him, and then he hooks him. He doesn't die. That's a Mars arena down. They have a window now.
That's what I'm saying, kids at home. If you ever have a bully, you just hook shot straight into him, you know? Don't try to run.
Yes, use your hook shot. Use your hook shot him. That's really good advice.
The hook shot that you bought off eBay. The Legend of Zelda replica hook shot. Shoot it right at his face and run at him.
I think I want to mention at the bottom shrine in Radiant's jungle, they place this ward near the shrine. I actually really like these wards.
What is that?
But no, it's just a ward beside the shrine. They're just hard to de-ward because you don't expect them to put the ward on the shrine itself, and they're like a bit harder to sentry.
Okay, there we go. Mortimer's Kiss is that magical damage early, but he's going to go ahead and pop that little hoodie. He's going to live for a bit, but it's not long enough, and this Dragon Knight just seems to be what he has been for the last several days, this invincible, mindless push machine.
I mean, they traded for Puck there. I think they're okay with that on Spirit.
Of course.
Yeah, because if Puck's not alive, I feel like they have so many tanky front. Like, they have a Alliance-style draft on Team Spirit where you just have 3 tanky cores, and if one of them dies, as long as they don't have enough magic damage to burst the next one, like, you can always stand in front of your towers.
Ooh, now what do you think about this Ursa's build? He has gotten a lot of free space, but he looks like he's going for more of a fighty build than a farmy build.
I think this is the meta on Ursa. He uses jump, so he can't go to the arena.
Oh, but he doesn't have to go over the arena. He can just run straight at the Mars where he's at right now, but a little bit of damage there, and he will be taken out. Nice rotation here from Team Spirit, but they do have to dedicate everyone to taking out Mr. Bear. So, the mindless Dragon will go mid and take a tower. I am sorry, I'm going to try to work on my biases. Dragon Knights, man, not into it.
Yeah, and a little bit of impatience coming up for Gabby there. If he had held the clap, maybe he could have lived there, but I think it was a blink reveal on Mars. Maybe, like, he probably would have died anyways.
A common problem. Many people I know, I've wished that they held the clap, but they, well, just let it go. as we see Puck pushing out the lanes now, doing what she can. Or, excuse me, they can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pushing out those lanes, making some space for the Ursa. And you said this is the meta now on Ursa, huh?
Yeah, I think usually you go Diffusal Blade on this hero. Battle Fury build, it's just too slow, and because they nerf Sange so many times, your transition out of Battle Fury doesn't feel that good. And Wraithing almost has his Radiance, but I hope they don't like overestimate their timing on Spirit.
Oh, that's an eye of the Observer. That is what all supports in the chat. Hands up right now. One of the nicest things you could ever get. And Mars just, you know, making sure that Grandma gets back to the retirement home safe and sound, pushing her away from the allies.
Yeah, Spirit have a timing come out with the Radiance, but how they fight, it needs to be pretty much how they've been playing this game. You need to play at range, try to burst a hero because you have an A. I don't want to see them like full commit into these fights just because you have a Radiance.
Oh, trying to navigate the brambles, getting a little bit nervous and walking straight in, but Pimbunkle picks up the kill in half a second. That's what I'm talking about right there. I'm sorry, I should be casting the action, but the Observing is just as hype as he goes into the brambles anyway. Fate's decree that the dragon die there that day.
The Observing has been top-notch, though.
Yes.
Gotta say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but TNC, every time something happens on the map, they're very good this game about going to the other side of the map and getting something. You know, you lose a couple heroes in the enemy triangle, you're taking top tower. Your Ursa dies top, you're taking mid tower. So even though Spirit are getting these small pickoffs, maybe even some objective, TNC's always looking for whatever they can get on the map.
See that? You compliment the Observer and then he Roche
That's terrible.
My God.
That is bad.
Open up your eyes, JJ. Please, this is a major for Christ's sakes. Gabby, he's gonna go and grab Aegis. He's got the Diffusal Blade. He is getting ready to rock here. A few more items, and he will be a sure de force rip-apart machine. I mean, Ursa's pretty amazing in this draft, right? All these big tanky boys, but this hero, he can just rip right through him, Maui.
Yeah, they don't really have the type of, like, abilities you need to kind of Ursa. I would like to see them build a couple of Yo Scepters. They already have one on the Dark Willow actually, so they've recognized this as well, just to kite this guy out. Their lineup on Spirit is good at drawing heroes in, just because you have the pit and the bramble. There's just a lot of stuff on the ground.
Oh my gosh, it's fun. Sorry, go ahead.
They're good at kiting people because they put stuff on the floor.
Oh my God! Sorry, that was.
What did you even see? What happened?
It was she was spinning. She spun, and the action lines came up. It was a.
For the treasury!
Dire are scanning.
I guess they took it first.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Illusion!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gold and sweet.
is here.
这熊伞是跟龙骑跳到这段时间没有能够。
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
How's it going? Dare you lay a hand on me?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
God, I love her.
Sneak attack? What for?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Get lost, like gears in the rain.
Prostrate yourself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we're having some technical issues, but don't worry. I'm not at the venue, of course. I'm off site, so I'm able to get wired in, and I'll be here to run you through the action whilst we wait for the rest of the team to be able to get themselves back online. So apologies, you're going to have to stick with me for solo casting, but I'll try my best as we've got a great match in our hands here. Of course, TNC versus Team Spirit, 12-13 at the moment, 23 minutes in, very close, and Team Spirit starting to amp up the pressure down on this bottom half of the map. On TNC, we'll see what sort of fight TNC wants to come in. They're going to have Tim's back in action in a second, the full squad ready to go. And looks to be no moves made around here. They still need to get that BKB done on Tim so they can have him in on the front line. See how the progress is for Team Spirit. Toro, he's got that Radiance SNY top lane. Armel continue to put on this split push pressure. They've got to get some big moves around this puck, really. Armel, if he can get that lockdown, this bear DK is going to be able to get in there and tear him apart. The struggle is going to be getting through this Wraith King 2 times. And top net worth for the moment, 13k on the Wraith King. As, I mean, this sort of game being this close, this is what we like to see. The next fight really could set one of these carries ahead. We'll see, Wraith King versus the Ursa. Can the Ursa be able to take him down twice? Armel, he's trying for an opening, but it's just a one-man dream call. Not going to be good enough. Not going to be what TNC need, and Team Spirit know that. As soon as that comes out, the dream not used to great effect. They're ready for the counter. But Toronto Tokyo, he's in again onto Tim's. He's got him in the arena. Yatoro coming in as well. Great fight. That's going to be Tim's gone. Armel's trying to get over towards the backlines, but they've caught him. They've controlled him. He's trying to get away. Backup's coming in from bot committed with the BKB. Gabby straight for the backlines. He's in over the mirror. They've taken down the Willow. Diffusal slowed down on him. And Poshka, he'll be able to pick up the A as well if Gabby kills off the squishies at the backlines. They're looking for Toronto Tokyo. Can they get the big one? They're in with the silence. Gabby, he's in on top of him. There's no escape for the Mars. It's another kill here for Gabby. Triple kill for the bear as TNC starting to get that action going that they need. This is the sort of moves they need to make. Gabby being able to find the beautiful targets on the back. They can't hold back the bear. These heroes are a little too vulnerable to Gabby just getting in their face. And look at this speed from TNC. Immediately up to the top half of the map. They're ready to go again in Yatora. They've found him on his own up top. Gabby and Bob, they go for the Wraith King. They've got to get some help in it, but there's Tim's hook shot in place. He's going to stop Yatora from being able to get back towards the safety of his base. Collapse coming in from the side, trying to help turn things around. Ice Blast coming crashing over towards him, but Gabby's back off in time. The Ice Blast won't catch him. Tim's, he'll get left behind. He's caught by the root. Gabby, he wants to fight back. He's going back in onto Collapse. Collapse pushed out to the side. He's trying to hide into the trees, turns around with the pit. He's got the lockdown onto Box. Team Spirit, and after they have the damage for this DK there, they don't at all. Box more than fine. He can walk it off. At the end of it all, Team Spirit, they will manage to make sure that Wraith King gets back safely with that second life. They can't do anything more than Tim. In fact, Gabby's back in. You just can't stop this bear. Gabby, kill after kill after kill. As he's definitely been able to have a lot bigger of an impact in these fights, really, compared to the Wraith King. That's a similar now. This bear is just something quite terrifying here from Gabby. And he's very close to having the basher done as well. This game is not going to get easier for some of these vulnerable heroes like Miposhka on the AA, Mirror on the Dark Willow. If Gabby gets in with a bash, these heroes they're going to disappear. It's Team Spirit. They're headed up, Gabby. No, they've got vision of him. They've got the blast. Got BKB in a few seconds. Even so, Team Spirit, they're very hesitant about committing onto the bear. They've felt and experienced these fights now that the TNC have been able to show, where they can just enable the bear, get Gabby in on the front. And holding this position, TNC sticking over on Team Spirit's side of the map. And they're going to move on to the Snapfire. Backups not going to be coming by the looks of it. TNC, they'll let Boomy go here.
Dire are scanning.
They still want to try and fight this TNC. Just 4 versus 5. What do they do? Collapse. He steps in the road and that's going to be Collapse Gordon. Mirror's got to run away from Tim's. He's in with a hook shot. Oh, they'll get the Dream Guard down. They've caught the 2 of them. And Mirror and Yatora are trapped. Boxing with the BKB. Jordan gets out of town with the arena. The Ice Blast comes down onto the puck. Armel's gone. Yatora is being fully focused. They've taken him down once. Can Gabby do it a second time? BKB unavailable and Enrage. There's unavailable 20 seconds, but again, Tim's with the Pogs pushing back Team Spirit, giving the space for Gabby to reset. They may have lost Darmel, but they get 2 for it. And again, it's TNC maintaining control off the jungle, pushing Spirit out of this area. Roshan is back up. Gabby wants to go for it. He's rather low at the moment, so he has got to be a little cautious. He's going to try and lifesteal him up a little bit off the neutrals before heading into the pit. Of course, they've got great ways to tank it with Bok on the DK. It's definitely something they can go for. Team Spirit's going to have the full roster up in a few seconds. We'll see if Spirit's over is going to be able to get over there in time. They've still got the tier 2 mid to TP towards. And already the rest of them, they're heading over. And TNC know Gabby, he doesn't want to force this. Still a little low, wants to reset, gets the basher picked up from base. But now, with that TP back to base having said, he's going to have to make a quick move straight back over here. I guess at the least here for TNC, Team Spirit's potential to take Roshan is not nearly as quick as that of TNC, so I guess that's why he does feel it's okay to sort of head back and take the slow play. Not too worried about the pressure here from Spirit. And still, you know, an incredible amount of farm here on Yatora.
Behold!
So let's have a look. Around the pit. They want the fight. Spirit, they can get this road, but they have to kill first. They will not be able to do it whilst TNC's up. TNC, they're ready to strike. Just a single kill here for TNC, as long as Gabby lives, will mean that they can go for the Roche. It's going to be a big one here. Who's able to make the first jump? It's Gabby.
Oh, and you son of a bitch, you're trying to take my cast on forcibly? What kind of anime? What is this? What kind of anime plot is this? I throw your pillow out and then you come in out of nowhere? You think you're cool, Owen?
Ah, my plan is foiled. You destroyed the power to your venue. I was going to take this exciting game for myself.
I saw a hooded man with a large pair of wire cutters behind the building. I didn't mention it. Who would have thought it'd be Odie Pixel? You just can't help yourself, can you, friend?
I'll get you next time.
Are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm just shocked by the insidious plot from this evil man just to kick us off.
Jesus, Owen, you're already
doing the world a favor, but you know.
I'll get you next time, you meddling kids. Good luck with the game, boys. Love ya.
Get the hell out of here. What a sick. That's how you cast the TI finals, man. You find somebody you don't like, you just go in and literally cut the power to the entire place.
You did throw him.
I did throw him.
You did throw him, so
my God.
That was probably deserved.
That hot.
Back to the game.
Yeah, here we go.
I don't really know what's happening anymore. I haven't even watched.
Owie, pay attention.
I'm sorry.
We're supposed to be casting, Owie. Get off of your Nintendo Switches.
Oh, I really. I really like Puck's build this game because he has an Ursa carry. Ursa's very single target focus. You need more damage. Oh, one sec. Big fight.
Oh, here we go. Dragon Knight moving in, pops out BKB instantly, and then Ursa's with a quick follow-up. Looking to get as many kills as humanly possible. See that AA on the back line and making sure to get him out first. With that now, they'll be able to turn a little bit onto the Dragon Knight as he is trapped in this arena, in this pit, and they tore him up pretty good with that DK. With that WK. As they now move in to the pit. Without Dragon Knight, pretty scary to do this team fight. Everybody's ults still online, though, from TNC. This is probably not going to be just a free Roche, is it, Owie?
No, they should contest this for sure. They have buyback on the DK if they need to, and I think right now Roshan's the complete focal point of this game.
Yep.
It's the second Roshan, you get the shard from it.
The shard? We can't afford to lose the shard, for God's sakes! Puck in the back line, trying to take out Willow. Big control there. And there we go. Great little hook shot, but it ain't going to be enough. They're not taking out anybody yet. They're going to lose the clockwork. Roshan in critical condition here, as this fight is just so spread out. Buyback coming out from Puck. They know how important this is. There, finally, the Dream Portal is committed. Roshan getting low. The Ursa wants it. Mr. Bear takes that Aegis as a snack, ladies and gentlemen, as they move on to the Wraith King. Wraith King trying to beat down anybody that he can, and it looks like the Uber is going to make his way out. They don't have enough damage to take him out, but they could potentially separate, and they will not be able to. They're going to get their boy out of there, but a nice snatch coming out from TNC. That was a close call, but it was very costly. They had to do some buybacks for that one.
Yeah, both sides actually spending a lot of buybacks. Both teams identified that this is the pivotal fight that's going to change the game. Underlord did manage to snag the cheese and the shard, though.
Oh.
So Wraith King, I think he took the shard from that. Yeah, he still has it queued up. So he took the shard from the Roshan, which helps a lot. Before he was holding like 2 mangoes just so he didn't get the Fuser Blade burned.
Yeah, that is pretty terrifying stuff. This guy is sharded and he is ready to turn it around on his enemies. Ursa, however, pretty happy to get that Aegis. However, it is supposed to be
I don't know how it's supposed to be said.
Aegus, Among Us. As we move. Could that be a new thing? Can we do that meme all the time?
Nope.
Okay.
Back to the Puck, though. I really like his build because when
Fine, just talk about Puck's build.
Yes, I want to talk about it.
Go.
So you have a DK offline. He does almost no damage. He's itemizing just to tank up with the eggs. You know, slow down the Wraith King with the increased slow you get from that. Ursa's very single target. He's not going to really 1v5 a game the way like a Terrorblade carry would. So he's itemizing completely for magical damage. He has a Kaya Sandra ready. He's upgrading his Dagon all the way to Dagon 5. I think it's a really good build.
Yeah, the Dagon. But what is the utility of this Dagon? Oh, because he wants to take out Ancient Apparition.
You just want to kill supports. Yes.
As quickly as possible.
Clockwork's going to give you additional vision. Hopefully Clockwork can jump them with you, and you just jump them, you kill the back line. All of a sudden, because our team...
That's a smoke. Shh,
okay.
Be quiet. They just smoked underneath a ward. They know that they're there.
And 2 supports smoked, and they broke it.
They already broke it. One of the most depressing smokes I've ever seen in my career, but it happened, and we needed to talk about it. That's literally what they
That was very important, yeah.
Alright, continue, Ali.
So, if you can break the formation of Dire's team, like you can burst down 1 or 2 heroes before the fight begins, again, it becomes hard to like kite your lineup. You want to, like, right now Team Spirit's thinking about ways that they can kite the Ursa and the Puck and the DK and stuff, and TNC on the other hand should be thinking of like how can we stop them from stopping us.
Oh, there you go. Talking about insta kill, and now the Ancient Apparition in some tasty places, but looks like Mars moving in on the back line, trying to stop that BKB. Great hook shot to stall that one out, and now Mars has to think about, do I get out of here? The pit, the arena, it's scary stuff, but there's Mr. Bears, and he's looking for his cub. Where's my baby? He tears him up. Oh no, the cheese popped on the backside. Now he's in some big trouble. Cookie gonna move him out. The force step, but it ain't enough. There goes the Aegis. He's got the high five ready. He's taunting his own teammate. What cruelty come forth as DK on the backline hit by that AA, and he's gonna go down instantly. Not the fight you're looking for on Team TNC. Well handled by Team Spirit.
They just that cheese snatch. You can imagine if Underlord didn't manage to snatch a cheese, the outcome of that fight would have been completely different. And they're setting up top already. A sneaky Dark Rift.
Look at this sneaky Dark Rift. My goodness. You know, inner city gangs used to use Priuses when they came out because they were silent for drive-bys, you know.
I did not know that.
Now you know, and this is very much the same. This is the Prius of Underlords, sneaking into lanes to do some violent actions. Wonder if they'll use Teslas for that later. That's pretty high class. Anyway, gang violence in America aside, let's get back to the game here. As oh my goodness gracious! That's gonna be a cookie for Mr. Bear. He's got to get out of there. And that is a double damage big boy king, just making a realm out of the enemy triangle. And now they are looking like they want to go mid. 44 seconds left on that Dragon Knight.
And look at the confidence coming up from Wraith King. He
was completely moly. Get out of there, boys. Force staff uphill. Great calculated force staff. But they got to do something else here.
Middle tower
they can't just Mars looking for some Armel there.
Radiant's middle
tasty
tower
puck
has fallen.
Not gonna get it today. And the mid ranks looking dangerous. This is the world's longest double damage rune. As he has just been running at them. And now they will probably go for the tier 2 top. Here we go, Ursa. Still waiting to see some good Ursa items here. He's a long way away, and we still have the Dagoon, not yet to be the level 25, which is the good one.
Radiant's top
to be honest, like Ursa this game, he can burst the supports, but it's really hard for him to kill the cores. He needs to... I'm not too sure, maybe like... Because Puck's going for damage, which I think is good, but he won't get to do this Aghanim Scepter. Even if he got it, they have so many force staffs on Team Spirit that I don't know if Ursa can burst someone.
Ursa getting... Okay, talk about some burst there. That's all he needs. He needs some puck action. A little bit of lockdown, a little bit of surprise, and Ursa can take people out. But with a big pick-off like that, maybe they have a chance to fight here top against the double Catapult brothers.
So it seems like Team TNT, they want to play the map a bit more. Like if you can get plays like that where you sort of separate the dire heroes, you can instantly burst them. That's the strength of Ursa, right? If there's one target, the Fierce Lights build up, you can kill pretty much anything.
Right.
So Team Spirit, they probably need to...
Jesus, he's just sprinting. Get out! Get away from him, Ursa! Running for his sweet life there. Pops that BKB. Even has a little flicker. Ursa with flicker. That's, is that good?
I think that's the best tier 4 item in the game.
Flicker?
Yes. They changed it so that you only blink forward within like 180 degrees or whatever. And it can dispel a lot of things, like the Dark Willow third spell. And you can also just hop out of arena most of the time. You know, you dodge an A-blast, it can really change the game.
Yeah. I feel like my karma's too low to use flicker. I don't know.
Your karma?
Yeah, it looked... No, not my karma. It's my karma.
What does your karma mean?
Well, you know, it puts you in a random direction, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. They made it less RNG. Like, it's always forward now.
Well, that's nice. But I think it reads your behavior score. And if you're under 10,000, it puts you in bad positions.
What's your behavior score, Slacks?
Are you kidding me? I have a clean 10K, all right?
Okay.
In Europe, I've been muted.
So we're lying now.
We're not lying now, Owie. I know how toxic you are. I've heard your pub language.
Yeah,
very shameful.
That is
stuff.
true.
Okay.
That's me. And we can see a BKB come out from Clockwork. They even know, like, you have to, like, burst down these heroes. You're playing the burst game. Anything that makes you stronger in the initial moment so that they can't kite you is what you should itemize for. You know, they have the Dagon. You can't kite an instant nuke.
That's
the
true.
BKB, you know, you're really strong in that one moment, and they're going to itemize just for that.
You can't kite a Dagon.
You cannot kite a Dagon.
Wow.
Very
Radiant
for me.
are
Incredible.
That's why I'm an analyst.
Owie, that's why they paired you with me, buddy.
So you could say the smarter thing.
Oh no! All right, great smoke into the triangle, but it looks like that's scouted out. Look at all those pings, goodness. All right, feel like Morse code here as they see the Black Dragon. It's toothless coming out. Will it end the same way as the series, where he just kind of meanders away from all of his troubles? It looks like it, as the Black Dragon will move backwards. Depressing, I must say.
You can even see Team Spirit though, like everyone's on the same line of thought. They built the Aeon Disc on A, they just need to kite these fights. This Wraith King right now, he is a boss in the fights. He has a shard so they can no longer mana burn him, and I don't, like, it's so hard to kill him because...
Oh, here we go. Moving in, trying to get him out with as much damage as possible. That Ursa combined with that Dragon Stun. It's so long as now the Black Dragon moves forward. Here we go, initiation with the AA Blast. That's what you're after. BKB is popped, but Wraith King, he is just not getting tickled here as the Mars is able to catch the backline grandma. They're going to be moving on that Dark Willow, but with just a slither of health, she makes it out alive, and Puck just doesn't have that damage. They need that damage on that Puck. You can't let those supports live like that, as now the Roche Pit is in danger.
Ooh, and Ursa actually went for a greedy hard camp here. He's not going to be queued up in time for this fight.
Oh no. Flare going to come out. They're going to be able to see it. A lot of pings come out. Furious pings. Guys, what are you doing?
No DKO for 20 seconds, no hook for 15. I think this is just a free Roshan for Dire.
That's right. What is the Roshan holding in his little pockies? He's got some eggs. Oh.
I wonder who they're going to give that to.
They gave that to the Wraith King.
Ooh.
JJ, what does that do?
When someone dies near you.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
It's really good in Turbo. Yeah, because you can.
Really good in
no, because in Turbo you can buy a Rapier, and after you die you TP home, so you drop in the fountain.
Oh,
it's a really good strat.
There you go. All right, all you Turbo viewers out there looking for some.
They buffed it a lot too, so that gives like some more attack speed. I wonder if they get another Roshan, maybe put the eggs on the Willow, and it should just pop off with the extra attack speed from the grave.
You know, honestly, maybe not that bad in this game. Ursa's gonna blow up.
Yeah, I think so.
Those supports.
Like eventually, right? Like I feel like Team Spirit should feel confident in this game right now. They should want to end the game with this Aegis, but how do you say it? Whatever. TNC's been doing a good job on the map. I think they've gotten more pickoffs this game, but it's just so hard to team fight into this under a Wraith King Mars core.
All right, here we go. What could be the last defense? Cookie goes in on that very brave creep. Oh my god, he dies a warrior's death as they're just ripping apart this tower. Tim's trying to do something. Nice four-step in. Does not connect with the cogs though. Black Dragon ready to roll. He hungry. The mythological creature. He won't be able to touch anything for now. But he's in the area, and they must back out. The smartest thing to do when you see that Black Dragon, ladies and germs, is to run away and re-engage another day.
They're, usually when people think about CS teams, they think they're like sort of low, like they're really high skill, but they'll dive stuff and they'll lose a game. Like I think even Team Spirit, they were up in the last game versus VP and they threw it. Wait,
this is a big boy smoke, double smoke into something. Gabby, he sees the Underlord, he wants him, but he's gonna get saved up. There's the arena, he gets him away, he's gonna put him against the wall, and you lose your Ursa. First thing, that is not what you want here. This is looking real rough for TNC. It is pull the E-brake, E-turn that one, and get the hell out of there. Moonwalk back to your fountain, boys, as Ursa goes down without a buyback. Disaster, but it is up to now. Pucky, Sucky, looking for those creeps, put in the orb, but it's his, oh, he's in trouble now, Howie, he got hit with the nullifier, get out of there, he's out. Thank you.
Yeah, TNC, they've just been playing the map really well. Even though Ursa was dead there for like 100 seconds, I don't know if Team Spirit, like they want to take the base right now, but all the ways are getting cut. Thank you, Slack.
As they push in now, wanting to take that base, they know that Dragon Form is on cooldown, they know that Ursa is dead, and they know that these towers are looking real tasty. Wraith King pounding those towers, pounding them like I pound a drink every night after one of my Owie 2000 casts, and we are pushing in. Nothing can stop these people like nothing can stop my alcoholism. As we move into the mid lane now, going and hitting another tower, Owie. They still got 20 seconds left on Ursa. And do they have any response here? No cookies, no kisses, no Puck's thing, whatever that thing is. There's the Black Dragon though.
They're going more. They don't care. They have the Orbit Destruction on Mars, the Desolator, and the AC. So these targets have 0 armor.
Puck moving in, trying to get what he can here. Mars getting attacked by the Black Dragon, putting out his last spear. And Clockwork saving the day, cutting him off. BKBing and running straight at these boys. Wraith King's first life is out, looking like they want to get out of here. Clockwork seeing if he can force up anybody out. He will die for his crimes. And one remains. They're all out of there, Owie. It is a perfect execution, a perfect escape.
In Team Spirit, they're just playing so measured. As I was saying earlier, I think the CIS region is known for sort of going out of control, some defy, dive mentality. Even Team Spirit was guilty of that in the past, but in this game, they're so measured. I think it has to be Maposhka, because that guy, like everyone else, is like a young, hot-blooded player. They're high. What are you laughing at?
Don't just call the guy out.
No, he's making the good calls.
Here we go. Sorry, my friend, as Dragon Knight is going to be caught out here, just melted by this Wraith King. Wraith King's doing more damage than an Ursa. Buyback here, as they need to make sure that this last Rax doesn't go down. Puck getting in position to once again cut those creeps. I thought you were insulting, my friend. I thought you were saying that it's this guy's fault.
He's a captain, right? So like he's holding, like, because I play support, and supports do everything for your team. So like when my cores go too far, I'm the one who has to tell them you have to behave like a human.
Wow, look at this
hard job.
Beautiful hiding there, and he's actually just gonna pop Willow. Willow, you're ghosted. You don't have to use yourself. Life has already ended.
He has no buyback. That was his buyback right there. And the Puck just keeping him in the game. Every time something's wrong is happening for them, he's cutting the waves, picking off crucial supports.
Oh, here we go. Clockwork initiation there. Again, they want to take out these supports first. Ancient Apparition, he's going to get gotten on and immediately hit up with the kisses. Now it's time to go. They know that Willow cannot come back to this fight. AA could buy back, but if they can get just a little bit more, maybe one more kill for that. Big old little sluggy man, and we'll TP out of there. They're not getting him.
Do not fasten your seat.
And a little bit of CIS over-aggression.
Yeah,
but couldn't control his team, you know. Your Willow dead with no buyback. But at the same time, they did force the buybacks. I just would have liked them see chill 5 more seconds so you have the underroll. I mean, nothing happened there, right?
Sure.
Like, there was no bad result for Team Spirit there, but it was sort of risky. Like, you can imagine a scenario where because you don't have underroll, you lose a few more heroes.
Ritz King Illusion making a mockery of Dragon Knight here. The big black dragon is not able to do hardly anything there. You're going to see this Wraith King just continue to skyrocket. I can't believe the damage this guy is pulling out right now, Allie.
I can't believe his net worth. He's 8,000 above. Okay, first of all, Puck is really farmed, but this Wraith King almost has 40,000 net worth. He bought all expensive items. He's ready to go without boots soon.
That is a very sad way to use your BKB as a Dragon Knight. A solo Underlord hits you, and you have to panic BKB to get away. That's just the state of the game that we are in. As Wraith King, the richest king of all of time, is still farming. Now, the map is quite dark, as JJ is pointing out for us here. No, hardly any wards coming out from Team Radiant on TNC. It is a dark night out there tonight, sir.
Oh, Wraith King actually sold his Radiance. Missile Blade.
Oh, sold his Radiance.
I don't know enough to like accurately comment on this, but in my head it feels wrong.
Wrong! I'll comment on it for myself. You don't buy a Radiance and sell it. What the hell are you doing?
You do on like Alchemist and stuff.
Can't wait for this guy to lose. I totally know 100%. There we go. Your Underlord is dead. He is simply a ghost flailing in the afterlife, in between life and death, in a horrible place, as Dark Willow is about to join him there as well. She won't even come back to life as a ghost. Wait, where'd she go? Hello? Willow? Huh?
Where did she go?
What in God's name? I got juked out. I'm watching the game third person. She teleported? Thank you, JJ. I know what a teleport scroll is. I appreciate you.
So she just went in the Shadow Realm and teleported, I guess.
My God, Yu-Gi-Oh was right. The Shadow Realm is mysterious indeed. As we continue.
Ooh, I like this little play from DK. He's holding the Quickening Charm in his backpack, so he can use his ulti, and he switches it to the Penta-Edged Sword for fights.
Now, can I make a little comment here?
Of course.
All right, check out Dark Willow's neutral item.
Yes.
Thank you, JJ. Okay, she just switched it out. But when she thought she died, she swapped in Big Boy Philly, the Philosopher's Stone. This is something that you just don't see even from pro players. One of the most value items in the game. Don't listen to streamers who think that they're good and tell you that Big Boy Philly is a bad item.
I mean, Underlord should have it right now. It's basically what you're saying, right?
That's right.
They should put it back. He can hold the Ninja Gear, and Underlord can get an extra bit of gold out of it.
I don't want Ice Frog to be listening to my casts. I guarantee you that he
should not be listening to it.
Oh, hold on a second. Nice initiation here on the Clockwork yet again, but Clock is just eating up these ganks. Oh, no, Armel looking for that easy pickup on the Willow. Gonna be able to get it. Willow going down. As we will see a double little pickoff there. Waiting for the Underlord to come back now.
It just feels weird. Like this Wraith King, I feel like Radiance is an underrated damage item. Like if you look at after fight recaps, Radiance just does so much damage. He traded for Abyssal Blade, which is a low damage item. It's bought just for the Bastion's active.
I mean, I wasn't kidding. It sounded like I was being sarcastic, but he sold his Radiance and he sold his chances for winning. I will not regret this.
Yeah, no, it's not. I feel like the strength.
Oh, here we go. Ursa Bear going on, and that's Mr. Bear taking him out. Look out here as they come back in. A nice buyback as they're going to try to initiate onto that Bear on the back lines. Wraith King running straight at that Ursa. Meanwhile, the rest of the team not trying to catch up. We got BKB on that Black Dragon, and he's going to be putting down that stun. Oh, how in the hell did that guy die on the back lines? Puck's just cleaning house in the back. Now it's not looking good. Great spin coming out from Grandma as Pucky Sucky is moving in. The Black Dragon, the Wrath. They want everything. Look out, Mr. Mars. In some serious trouble. BKB about to expire. Puck is just unstoppable right now. The Dragon's back in. He's a ghost. Oh, the ghost of Sparta has returned, but it ain't going to turn out the same this time. But huge creep wave heading back to the Radiant right now. They have got to go back and stop these creeps from taking those towers. Owie 2000, that was quite the well-handled fight from TNC.
How TNC's playing versus the decision Spirit's making, I think TNC's looking very likely to win this game right now. They're going to get this refresher Aghanims. I don't think anyone can stop them. I think you give both of them to Puck. I'm not too sure, but he's killing one support every fight right now. With the refresher, he's just going to kill two. And I don't know how Team Spirit play these fights anymore.
Look at all those good.
Okay, so they gave the Aghanim to Ursa. That's also a good one.
Oh, that's a Gucci one right there. Reduces cooldown and allows Ursa. That's as far as I got. That's really all you need to know.
He can use Enrage while he's disabled. It purges the stun. It's like a hard dispel.
Very nice.
It won't work against the Hex from Underlord because you can't cast spells during that. You're effectively silenced. And Wraith King actually also has a Bloodthorn. But do they have any Lotuses? I don't think they do. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see it on Puck, but it's really good on Ursa. Even just a cooldown, so you can like go in and out of fights is really important.
Thank you. JJ, keeping up with us in the observing. We are one of the most difficult ones. We just make up items. I wonder if they have a Band of Elf skin right now. As he desperately tries to bring up everything that we mentioned. Okay, so moving into that middle lane, they're going to send out the Illusionist Cape Wraith King. He is going to tear up that tower as the Black Dragon. They're picking him. They want him. AA Blast coming in. Does he have the BKB? Will he live long enough? The cookie comes out and got faced as the Ursa makes his way in. He's getting stunned up. Not looking too good. Underlord going to have to take his team back to the fountain to get away from this tiny little initiation. That is a Uber ride that is going to get your stars taken down as a passenger. Went 2 feet away. Gabby hitting that tower. Black Dragon still up. And Tadagoon taking out that Illusionist Cape. That's a pretty big deal right now, Owie. That thing is causing a lot of slowdown for this team. It looks like they might have to forgo this Rax. 20 seconds till AA is back. You do have buyback. Oh, here we go. Initiation trying to get what he can. But the cookie comes out. The BKB. They can't afford to lose this. Nullifier coming out. And it's okay. No worries. Clockwork on the back line taking out the big supports. That's what they need. Clockwork sacrificing himself yet again as those Mortimer kisses are starting to hit. Here we go. Puck looking for fun. And Dragon Knight a little bit too far in. He gets hit by the Nullifier. Goodbye, Dragon. The story ends sadly. Spoiler alert for that stupid Disney Dragon movie, but gonna end up the same way. And there you go.
And the best way, it did do work there. So maybe I'll just eat my words.
Eat him up, Owie.
Yes.
It's a feast.
As soon as he has, now that he has the upgraded Agi-Blink, I think the build comes together a lot more because that item will give you a lot more damage. It just felt weird. And Team Spirit, they fought that very well. Like, they just, they took it slow. They let the Wraith King sort of frontline. They weren't overcommitting the other bodies. They know that this Wraith King can tank for a long time in these fights. It's very hard to kill. So as long as they're showing some life in this game. I honestly thought this game was sort of over, but if you play fights like that, come back.
Yeah, both teams seem to be playing these fights very well and switching off. As I do agree with you, I feel like we are in desperate need of some way to help with that nullifier. We got to get a Lotus Orb. There's got to be something to do.
I mean, there's no real counters to the item though. Like if it gets thrown on you, I think the only thing is like you can link it for your ally.
Oh.
You can't purge it, and you can press BKB before it hits you. You can dodge it with blink, and you can have it linkins. But if it hits you, you can't remove it at all.
Oh, that's all too hard.
It is very hard. I mean, it basically means the supports have to stay way in the back. They cannot get engaged on by the Ursa.
Look at Gabby's position here. Smokey the Bear running around the forest on his own looking for something. Luckily, he didn't run into anything. I don't think he knew their entire team was down there at the moment. But Underlord doing Underlord things, pushing in towers. We are now seeing a lot of pings come out as they're saying maybe we should go top, maybe we should go mid, maybe I'll just draw a circle on the triangle because I'm confused. That's what happens in pro games at this point. We're about to see potentially another 60-minute game with those beautiful, beautiful late game items. So what's your favorite 60-minute neutral, Allie?
My favorite 60-minute neutral item? I think Pyro Hat. I think Pyro Hat is the best one for me.
It is a good one. I love that.
I like
money.
gold. I just want money.
Okay, Wraith King looking to get a jump here, and he almost gets one, but meanwhile, Mars getting a little bit more than he could have chewed on there. Clockwork, yet again, separating out the team, eating those initiations, and now with that Mars Arena on cooldown and the AA Blast on cooldown for approximately 3 more seconds, it's time to potentially group up potentially.
What did you just say?
High potential.
Thank you.
Coming out. Potentially. We're gonna smoke! That's what I'm talking about. They're looking for these targets. With a nice initiation onto the Underlord, this will be a very, very good fight. They've got to be careful. Walking up the hill. They know they're there. They're putting the pit. And here we go. Pucky Sucky moving in. Try to find a good group, but it's a not so Gucci initiation. They're gonna have to back up a little bit. They get the support. Aeon Disc is down. They have got to get this Dark Willow before she comes out of the Shadow Realm, and they are gonna go straight onto that big boy. Put on that Ursa. Damn. That is looking pretty nice there. Puck in some trouble now herself. BKB committed by the Clockwork, still trying to separate things out, but now they've got to protect that Dragonite. Dragonite dies. This is a pretty much not good looking situation. Nice catapult out of nowhere. Dragonite moving in. The Dagon takes out the Mars. Able to put up that arena despite being dead though, thanks to Wraith King. And it's all up to Dragonite. That's the damage you've been looking for. The Black Dragon wakes as he takes out the entire team. No free rides home. Goodbye, Wraith King, still alive and about to die. Oh, this kingdom will be kingless today. Good night, Irene. Oh shit, he's still alive for a bit. Okay, he's fine. That's a ghost, Allie. Cover your eyes, it's very scary. There he goes.
And just a incredible award placed by Boomy. And you can see TNC, the patience they had in that fight. They were able to just jump the back line. They killed the supports basically for free. And despite Spirit, like, somehow clutching that Ursa before he could use BKB, or I don't know how they did it. It had to be the Hex on Underlord because he couldn't get his ulti off. Combined with the Blood Gun just bursting him down, like, they just eventually couldn't take that fight.
I think they put everything on Ursa. You know?
Yeah.
There was a Nullifier, there was a Blood Thorn, there was a Hex. Maybe a bit of an...
Rock it on! Jackpot!
To catch him, and they end up taking a very convincing fight from TNC. That fight looked bad for them when Ursa died.
It looked real rough.
He wasn't buying back either. Like, he was very confident in his team there.
Yeah, level 29 on the Dragonite. We do still have the Black Dragon form as he is going to start the push. Let's go! Taking out those towers, forcing a buyback. 5 more seconds on the Dark Willow, so they will be able to do a little something here. They really don't want to buy back on Mars and Wraith King right now, so they are going to have to forego a few racks. What at 60 minutes? Who cares? What are racks do at 60 minutes?
You're not feeling too bad just because you also have the mid and top racks, so it's just sort of even if they take yours. You're not really under any lane pressure.
Okay, now they got to be a little careful here. Wraith King's coming back in 20 seconds, so getting pretty committed for some racks. Not that big of a deal, guys. Be careful here. As they're apparently just going to let him go. Okay.
I think that's the right choice from Spirit. If you back in your Wraith King, you're sort of giving the enemy a clear win condition.
Smoking up. Potentially seeing if there's any stragglers that are dumb enough to remain. Armel is not the guy you want to break that smoke. That is a very elusive puck right now, guarding that arcane rune. Hopefully it won't be the end of him, and he will walk away with that. So, still pushing up. They left Grandma up there, much like what we did with our grandma, left alone to her own devices to see if she can take that Rax. If she takes it, we'll be welcomed back with open arms. If not, well, Grandma, you're staying in the home. We'll see if she can possibly take it. Go,
Radiant
Grandma.
are scanning.
Look at TC. They knew about the smoke. They're just defensively positioned. They have the idea that, like, if Team Spirit smokes, it's because Team Spirit thinks they can take a fight. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to respect your opponent's opinions and just wait to take a better fight. You want to play your percentages in situations like these.
I typically find myself respecting my opponent's opinions a lot more than my allies' actions. But this game has been pretty even, so respect all around to both of these incredible teams who have just been neck and neck the entire time. Sure, there's a 33k net gold lead here, but at the same time, Team Spirit's playing it very well.
And in the late game, like, sometimes the net worth doesn't matter. Like, sometimes it's just about if you get the right fight, you get the vision.
Oh,
Target.
Speaking of the right target, of the right fight, Ursa's stunned up real bad here. Beautiful terrorize coming out to make sure that nobody can put any helpful items on that Ursa. With the Ursa pickup, that is not going to be looking good for ya boys. Armel in the back, Puck immediately knows, okay, Ursa's dead, time to push. Goodbye, rest of your team. Hope you live, hope you die. I don't really care. Let's cause some chaos, and Puck moves immediately on that final lane of racks. There is one Rax top. I do know how to look at the mini-map, but this is the Rax that's important. They've got to make a big decision here. Do we go back, or do we keep pushing? Puck can take out any one of these supports by themselves, and it looks like they are going to have to commit BKBs for that now.
I think Puck might go for him still.
No, Puck would have such gall to go for that man by himself. My God, he did it.
But Armel, he's carrying his team on his back this game throughout the entire game. He's 15-2-17, and he's, no matter what happened, if his team mess up, he's already on the next move. He's already covering for them or making an initiation.
Did you see how much money that Puck had?
Yeah.
130,000.
He needs to buy his teammates some moon shards, to be honest.
Just buy him whatever he can.
What did he sell there for the...
Jeez.
Oh, the witches. He sold his witch plate for auction. This Puck is going to be an absolute menace.
He has 10,000 gold.
He has 10,000 gold still.
Holy
He can afford a moon shard for his Ursa. I think he should do it.
Sure.
Ursa's done 0 damage in the last 2 fights, but you need to help your boy.
Alright, buy him a Divine Rapier and feed, and then buy back at this point.
That's really smart, Slacks.
Thank you so much.
You come up with good strats. That's why you got second in TI.
That's right. And you want to know, you got first, Ellie.
Because I didn't listen to your strats.
Because you didn't listen. That's the gatekeepers of TI. Us. Should see. Black Dragon just abusing that ability to fly over cliffs there and seeing if he can get initiation. Lincoln Sphere is going to be popped. That is not the target that you want to spend all of those very valuable kill items on. Dark Willow out of position. Here you go, BKB. And that Dark Willow is dead. Gonna hook to the ghost. Meanwhile, on the back end here, we're going to see this Ursa where is Ursa? I lost him. It doesn't matter. Wraith King's first. There he is. He's hungry. He takes a bite out of that guy. Oh no, Dark Willow moving in with the... Oh, they got one more hit. Ooh, doesn't make it.
They left the Wraith King though.
They left the Wraith King, abandoned by his loyal subjects. That's the second life going out. And that is the ghost form right there. Get that full clockwork out of there. Jesus is beating him. And that is Disaster Town. We still have buyback left on the Wraith King. He can have one more fight in him, but with this Aegis, I don't know what that's going to do.
Just Black Dragon, just disgustingly strong. You can see him, he's cutting on the terrain. He has a 60% slow on every hit.
Oh, watch out! Okay.
There's too many items on the ground. He doesn't know what to do. It's funny because you can't pick those items up with your couriers anymore. Unless a hero's in there giving vision. You have to like drop a gem, pick the items, pick up the gem. Very complicated.
Do we get the wand? I don't know.
I saw this comic about how Roshan had. There's just a bunch of garbage being left there.
It's true, but Roshan now brings his own garbage. Hello? Wait, not me?
He didn't have an egg before. You just been lying to me this entire time. That was just a blue dragon or what?
What?
You just ate the eggs from it.
Oh my god. No, he must have sold his
he sold
eggs.
it. He sold it.
You're
right.
I thought I went colorblind.
No, I saw it on him too. I have a bad memory.
5,000 HP on Dragon Knight. That is insane.
He's just beast right now.
That is a beast boy.
This hero's actually one of the best late game heroes I can see. Like if you have to play against this type of Dragon Knight, like I don't know what you do.
Yep, right now. I mean, it looks like Team Spirit doesn't know what to do as they see that Rax go down. Only one Rax remaining top now. With Megas, with an Aegis, this is going to have to be a miracle fight. Oh boy, going straight onto that Dragon, but 5,000 HP trying to tear through it here. Orisa going on that back line, going straight for that Underlord. Underlord is dead. Dragon is alive. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good stuff right there, ladies and germs. This is looking pretty. Oh wait, Dragon? Still getting hit. Mortimer's kisses, giving the big boy smooches. Mars goes for. Not able to do anything here, and that's going to be a GG. Easy. Not really. Coming out from TNC in a 60k net worth lead, my friend. Wow. What the hell of a game?
I thought Spirit had that one. TNC just, they clawed back. Armel lifted him up and carried him on his back.
Yeah, shame about selling that Radiance. Shame.
Yeah, I think his read on the team fights wasn't right. Like, his job is to go in there, cause chaos. I think he wanted a strength blink plus a Radiance. You just get in there. You need to make it so that they can't jump your back line. He tried to go for, like, killing his opponents. You just... You needed the long fights. You can't go for the burst.
Well, anyway, that was pretty nuts stuff. We were expecting that, though. We were expecting these teams to be a little bit on near the same level. It means a lot for them right now. They've had a lot of research against each other, so kind of what we thought we'd see, but...
You call me old? You say I'm a man? I don't know, dude. You kick Odie Pixel off the cast. You kick the pillow. I don't know how we got lucky enough to get 2 60-plus minute games in a row. Armel Puck. Special shout out to him and his wealth as well in that game. Great game. TNC win. With that, before we talk about the game itself, TNC is now guaranteed no longer in a position where they would have tiebreaker for elimination. So they're safe. They're going through, still have a chance for tiebreakers for upper, but going through regardless. The cost this game was absolute madness.
It was, we lost the casters, we lost electricity. In the end, we managed to reconnect with two of the best casters in the game, especially Surrection Slacks, and that's what matters. It's all about that show. But to go back to the game, TNC, we talked about how they look similar to Team Nigma in terms of what they had in the previous game. Not the same execution. Nigma kind of closes out the games in 15-25 minutes. It took 60 minutes to close it out. Good showing from all three cores, pretty much from TNC, especially Armel that you mentioned. I love this hybrid Pulk build where he gets the CDR reduction with the new Blink Dagger, then he has a Timeless Relic, Dagon 5, Fairy Dagon 5, whatever you want to call it.
Fairy Dragon.
Yeah, just some good stuff, being able to reset multiple times in a team fight, going for the solo pickoffs on the side lanes. As expected from Armel. I've seen a lot of games from him in the second season, in the first season. The guy's just very stable, you expect these kind of things from him.
He's a clutch player for me.
Yeah.
That's always been, from beginning when he started joining in the scene, people were like, wow, this guy's a really good laner, but it was the clutch factor. This game looked a bit rough. Gabby didn't have buyback. They lost 2 sets of racks, and Armel's like, guys, perseverance kicking in, let's go, I got this. The initiations, the target priority inside of team fights was the thing that I was looking at from TNC. Him and Tim's always getting onto this Willow, getting onto this AA, one-shotting them before the fight starts. They go into Wraith form, who cares? Then Gabby's able to somehow play his hero in the fights. Most of the time, Gabby's just dead instantly. Yeah. They're focusing everything on him, but I think that's what allowed Bach, as well as Armel, to shine too. These two other cores, the Flying Dragon, he also was swapping items a lot in the game, the DK, putting Quickening Charm in, so he's always in this Black Dragon form, which looks pretty OP.
This is something that Southeast Asian players do, especially 23 Savage. He holds 3 or 4 neutral items all the time and just gets the most out of them.
It was good stuff. I really loved the coordination coming out from Spirit. Definitely had some chances in this game, but...
What about the Radiance? You farm 5,000 plus gold to sell it later on. This is not Alchemist.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he got... I think he just was like, what the hell am I supposed to get in this game? I feel like we're lacking damage, we're lacking control, because they don't have support heroes in any of the fights, so I think he just didn't know what the solution.
I think if you want to go for this kind of item build where you sell, resell, maybe you need Hand of Midas. Just keep that Midas all the time and keep reselling everything else.
Well, we did see Puck maintain the Witchblade all the way throughout the game, which, I mean, it didn't even seem like it was panic mode for Armel. Honestly, this game seemed like he was having fun, where he was just pushing the limits. The game was neck and neck, and so he did need to make exceptional plays all around the map, but I think he was going above and beyond what was even necessary.
I do want to give slight credit also to the Snapfire.
Yeah,
I think he played unbelievably well. These mini little cookies to repositioning heroes out of the AA blast, these 4-staff saves, super clutch. I think TNC they hit a stride in this game. They were like, wait a minute, we're losing? Hell no. We're going to bring it back. We're going to do these insane plays, these gobble-up saves. It was really great coordination from everybody. Spirit, they started to lose that coordination when Armel just was one-shotting heroes, we got to be honest. He was just taking the fights and turning them into 4v5s, 3v5s multiple times.
Perhaps also a little bit of inexperience coming into play.
Maybe, yeah. No, they're in a new environment. We discussed it a few times already. It's a LAN environment, but they're still in a hotel, not playing in front of the crowd, but definitely lacking some experience. They have Silent as their coach, but he can't click the buttons. So, in the end, they have to be the one doing it. To go back to Boomy, he is an extremely skilled player. Something that he prioritizes on a Snapfire is the Aghanim Scepter. After the nerfs, don't see it that much, but he loves to get it, and there were a couple of clutch saves, especially on the Dragon Knight.
That was his best performance for me this tournament. He looked so comfortable, just getting just little 4-staffs, little things like that looked huge. He had some good kisses in the fights too, but for me it was mostly just these little repositioning saves, which I love seeing that kind of teamwork.
How'd you feel about Underlord? It's a hero that we have not seen particularly frequently. Seems like they didn't want to pick the Timbersaw, and one can only wonder what would have happened if they did, how this game would have turned out. But Underlord didn't look terrible. It was,
He was 1-7-19, got decent amount of farm in the laning stage. As expected, he does well against Ursa, was staying ahead with the Firestorm and also Dark Willow on the side. Like, it's very hard to go through him. He's very tanky, but at the later stages of the game, like, he suffers against Ursa. Not a great matchup in the mid game. What else? I wanted to say something else. Yeah, Aeon Disc. Like, this item's gonna get either removed or heavily nerfed in the next patch.
Please don't remove.
I see 4 heroes on the side of Team Spirit. I see 1 Aeon Disc on TNC. There's a couple of both teams had Nullifier. It's just too strong.
Agreed. Yep, very strong item. Too cheap. I think make that recipe back to 1750 again, so people are very sad when they purchase it. I think that was way too cheap.
How about you just reduce the stats on it? They do exactly the same. It's going to be the exact same price.
Who cares about the stats?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, how about we can add an answer to it? What if we had 2 summons that you could create, one of which has a purge at some point? I think this is a brave concept. Might need to be explored. I think Lycan.
True Sight
as
on
well.
the summons as well.
Ooh, now you're talking.
You can't kill it. If you do, you die.
Which actually, they ended up getting the Book of the Dead in this game on Tire, which also, I mean, if it wasn't even good enough to be in the game in the first place, then what are you going to do with 2 sets of them now? But
yeah.
It was a fun game nonetheless. It's encouraged by watching Spirit. I think that, yeah, sure, they might not have as much competitive experience in these 60-minute situations, but they didn't seem like they were panicking. It's just that they didn't have the heroes capable of winning the game.
Yeah, and we credit, obviously, TNC a lot in this game because they looked amazing, especially towards the end of that, but Team Spirit did push them to the very end where that kickback mechanic from them eventually kicked in, of course, but Team Spirit definitely put up a great fight.
Yeah, I think they had a window. They had windows to win this game.
Yeah.
It just was some... Armel popped off. It really was. He's just removing heroes. Like, how do you play the game if you don't have a Willow and an AA in every single team fight? You're running around with 3 cores, getting kited, and Armel's just dancing on you. And then that's where Bach is also dancing on you, because not only is a fairy dragon flying across the fights, there's also a black dragon going on top of cliffs, just bypassing all mechanics. So it just... The game got too difficult for them to just lock down these very elusive cores and very tanky cores. The DK has 7,000 life at the end with 900% magic immunity.
This hero is good at every single stage of the game. Like, he's a great laner, he scales well. Like, in the super late game, this hero is insane. Like, you get the level 25 talent, the AoE stun, Aghanim Scepter, one of the best ones in the game for sure. I feel like I say that quite a lot.
A lot of good Aghanims and Aghanim shards.
Yes, there are. And there's not that many games where you see them all come out, right? Because the amount of Roshans that were taken, like, who's going to take this Ags? Everybody at Can already got one. Like, you know, you saw the Ags being sold on the DK, so you could have another item slot there as well.
That being said, for all the DKs that we're seeing, I'm not seeing very many Fireballs, and Fireball was really popular like a few months ago, I thought.
That is one of the worst shards for me.
That's what I thought. But people were like farming with it, I thought. And I was like, oh, is DK viable because of this?
It's a meme. That one's definitely
okay,
a meme
good. Just
for me.
making
It
sure.
just doesn't make sense. Everything
You can use melee form now.
Good.
Hell
yeah, that's great. They got to stand in it for 10 seconds.
All right,
go.
So we're going to have a game 2 between these two teams. Still a lot on the line for Team Spirit. They still are able to maintain their position in the tournament via some tiebreaker scenarios. We still have Team Liquid playing later today as well, and Beast Ghost as well. So they just want to make sure that they are not eliminated without playing tiebreakers. How do you go back to the drawing board after a game like that? Because it's not like the draft was bad, because they almost won. Like, what do you do, Tsunami?
You can continue to first phase Mars. I think Mars looked really, really good. Most picked hero in the tournament. If I'm on Spirit, I think as great as Collapse has been for me, I think, again, I'm going back to the fact that they didn't pick Timbersaw. That unwillingness seems very, very surprising to me. TNC, I think, are going to exploit that, because they had telegraphed 3 strength heroes very early on. Go for it again. Snapfire is strong. All these other strength cores are strong. For Spirit, I think maybe first phase the Collapse hero, get it out of the way so you don't need to worry about that being your counter to TNC's first phase.
Yeah, that's my problem, because in the previous game they had the flexibility options. They could still put Mars on the mid lane against Puck and have even a better matchup. They had the ability to pick him, and in the end decided to go with Raid King plus Underlord, which is like very slow. Underlord comes online a bit later. He's like mid-late game hero, and go back to Raid King. He also needs some time to farm up. Like, he's that king once he gets that level 2 ulti. Radiance 15-16 minutes in. You want to keep taking these fights, be very annoying in the front line. I just want to see something that's a bit more active early on.
Okay.
I think if you're seeing this DK come out in the opener, I think I do want to. I don't want to talk so much about the draft, because Spirit they did put up a good fight inside this mid game and stuff.
They almost won.
I think if you are seeing like this DK and you're picking your AA and you're not looking to get like some Lion or something like that, you probably want to take out the Puck. This hero seems ridiculous in this tournament.
Sure.
I'm seeing so many players getting like 900 GPM and 1,000 GPM, something like that, and the Ursa ends up getting countered. Gabby looks like he was just getting completely controlled, but the Puck was the real carry in a way. So I think maybe teams want to put more priority to some type of instant disables, because Lion's hot, DK's hot, these heroes that will be able to control these ridiculously elusive heroes like Puck. I think maybe you want to just raise more attention to it.
Is there someone in particular that you want to step up their game? I mean, we're praising a lot. I figured I'd see if there's a downside, like the downside of the game a little bit. Anybody that, because it's a 60-minute game, right? It's a tough task for any team to pull out a win in that situation.
I think I'm satisfied.
You think you're satisfied?
Everyone in Spirit played like all that they could. It's infrequent that you come into situations like this where you are forced to be worried about a Puck that is this massively farmed.
Fair.
Most support heroes are capable of dealing with it. Willow, not so much, and so I wasn't really surprised that they were getting abused by it. It's really just, I think, the support drafting and the heroes that you're opting to choose. The only thing is that I was asking this on an earlier panel, since the heal strats are so popular, that means that crowd control heroes like Lion are falling out of favor, and you're getting Holy Locket heroes instead, because you would rather just keep someone alive rather than worry about killing the enemy carries first.
Yeah.
Just might as well keep your carry alive instead. And so that's one of the reasons why Lion's falling off. I don't think Shaman's going to see too much exposure as we move forward in this tournament. One thing that I thought would be a good hybrid is Bane, because Bane kind of has the heal reduction with Enfeeble, and also has some disable. It's not instant, but he can provide it to an extent with Nightmare and Fiend's Grip. But those hybrid heroes, I think, are what I'm looking for.
Hybrid heroes, let's see if we...
I like instant disables. Double disable hero Lion.
My voice is falling apart. I might need some water, but all good. I want to see that burst damage Lion, as you mentioned, one of the best ones. Seems like if we go back to Singapore Major, where Shaman, Lion were super popular, that threat, you're trying to split push, you go for one extra wave, you're gonna get punished. Type of heroes that I want to see on.
Talk about the draft in that sense as well. And it's a tough balance on how much you gotta plan for 60-minute games in your draft, the late game potential, when all you want to do is win your lanes and crush the mid game first. In terms of balance, we have not got too many outliers here. Nyx Assassin, of course, still in the pool.
5 seconds
but other than that, Viper Mars removed. Axe still in the pool as well. That's something that Team Spirit banned out previous game first phase, so it's either going to be a Nyx Assassin or an Axe, or maybe even both, depending on who they ban out here second.
I didn't like the Axe ban so much, to be honest. I think that was a bit of a wasted one.
They ban out the AA.
Let's see. TNC decided to first phase Axe. Like, it's still a flexible pick. You don't necessarily need to play him as a position 1.
Is it going to be just like some DK?
Just open up with DK, DK Lion, DK Nyx, like, yeah, you're covered in a lot of areas, so, yeah.
You can't go wrong with a DK at this point.
Apparently not.
So flexible. I don't want to see Gabby play it, though, because we did see that one game where Gabby did it, and it did not look as impressive as a carry compared to that mid and that off lane role, but it's flexible, so if they do see an opportunity where it's just hard countered,
10 seconds
they'll just move it around.
Yeah, as of that last game, DK has 19 picks, 74% win rate.
That is ridiculous.
And it's not like this is like a pocket last pick cheese.
This hero was like not contested in the second season. We saw him here and there against, we need a stun, we don't have enough control, there's a puck on the mid lane, we'll get the old school Dragon Knight counter. Now it seems the story is, we'll just put it anywhere. I've seen position 4 Dragon Knight with the fireball. It didn't look that bad, I swear. Like, it looked okay.
So what needs to happen before DK is first phase ban material? We're getting near that territory, right?
We might be. Please, give me Timber. Please give me a Timber Saw.
It just ruins the hero. I don't know why you would not pick it.
They're taking so long to think about this first pick. This is most of their bonus time already gone.
Do you do something like Timber Lion or something? Then you cover your bases of burst damage in one fold. You also get Disable. You get decent lanes. I just want something to satisfy me to kill these DKs so that they don't get this super long team fights going on where it doesn't matter. You get like 8 stuns off in one fight. They are taking so much time.
They are.
Dude, if they don't pick Timber, I wonder if TNC will just pick Axe and be like, if you're never gonna pick this hero, we're just gonna keep picking Strength Cores.
Could happen.
Yeah, DK Axe.
So they will take a % hero, at least. So that Sunray will be good. It's also both ways that it can work. Like you said, the Holy Locket heroes, this is one of them.
Yep. And they definitely don't want to give that away either, so a little bit of both.
No more for protection, though. TNC may be willing to just snap fire first phase.
5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators done.
Oh, there we go. So they do go for Phoenix Lion. That's their support duo.
This is good. I think a lot of these position 4 and 5, when you open up, I've seen some like Ancient Apparition Wyvern, which is very abusable. You have Lion Phoenix, you have a lot of team fight, you have the heals, you have the instant initiation, burst damage. I don't think you can punish this type of opener.
They're just gonna take the snap, so that's the solution. A bit of a waste for the Phoenix. Also, it is gonna be double range support for Team Spirit, which I'm not liking so much this tournament. I know Nigma's made it work with their like Wyvern AA, but they're one of the only exclusions for me that's made that double range look so good. Because I've been seeing Vici doing it so many games too, and that's when I see them look their weakest. They have some like Mars and Willow and Phoenix on the team, and they just can't. There's no playmaking in the game. They do have the line, which is always going to give you playmake, but still a little worried just because of how squishy these two heroes can become.
TNC Predators.
Yeah, because it's more than just the lane. It's also like mid-game, your initiators. Sure, Lion with a dagger can do something, but he still needs to hide afterwards. He can't draw a bunch of attention like a Clockwork can. And TNC ban But another percentage hero with the Death Prophet.
Talking about the percentage-based damage, maybe it's time, because everyone is tanky, we see these cores, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 strength cores, to pull out Enigma, maybe. Percentage-based damage, if they don't have anything that goes through BKB,
TNC
sneak it in.
Predators turn to battle.
The
Radiant team.
somewhere during the wildcards or the start of the group stage, there was a lot of focus on team fights. And Enigma actually came into the discussion that time around. People were surprised, like, why aren't we seeing it? It's, I believe, still an unpicked hero. One of the 30-something unpicked heroes is Major.
Yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't seen it too much in the DPC except for, like, you said sneaky. This was funny. Snaking has been Snaking. He's been one of the few players that was just popping off with those Enigmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hero's just a bit slow in the current meta, it does feel, but see, they still ban the puck when they have Lion. That says a lot.
Respect for the Armel there. Nyx Assassin, by the way, still in the pool for TNC if they want to get it.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin just ruins Phoenix if they want to go for it. I've seen in Chinese region what they tend to do when it's the same matchup. Phoenix gets first item BKB to be able to use the Sunray, because it's all about that Sunray.
I want to say Collapse's hero.
Invoker.
They'll go for the Toronto-Tokyo Invoker.
That reveals your mid right away.
Yeah.
Can you just pick Faceless Void on TNC now? Or are you not worried about it? Or you pick Nyx Assassin and ruin Invoker and Phoenix Life?
That's what I'm thinking. I think Nyx Assassin looks really nice. You're great for information. You let you give us DK a secondary way to get that jump when Nyx is just scouting. I think the Nyx looks nice.
Team pick.
There it is. Yep. No surprise there. Also good against Invoker. Maybe a little bit of an oversight from Team Spirit to just assume, I don't know. They must be expecting this. Like, if we see it coming, they should see it coming too.
It's a good Nyx Assassin game against all of these heroes pretty much, but something that Nyx doesn't like to play into is instant hacks. Like, get the carapace off. This is why we're probably gonna see this best item in the game called Eon this, so he can get the stuns off.
They'll go for that Ursa.
So why did they pick the Invoker before the Ursa?
That's what I'm trying to think too. They just put it out there. That's you just give Armel, like, you just ask Armel, all right, what do you want to play now? You know exactly what you're
Team
up
Spirit's
against.
also asking. They're like, Armel, what would you like to play?
What about some PL? It looks like a decent PL game. Ursa doesn't build into Battle Fury anymore. We've seen in the previous series where Juggernaut goes into Battle Fury just to deal with the Phantom Lancer illusions, but Lion, Phoenix, Invoker, they're just food. And I love what the people have been doing lately, just double, sometimes even triple mana burn heroes.
Venomancer.
Oh no, Ursa, your life is miserable. Oh no.
This is so sad.
That's a really good pick there, because they know it's the Invoker mid, so then they can just put the DK mid because it's a pretty good matchup. The Invoker can go for the Spirit Vessel build that we've seen Miracle doing, but he's been one of the few that's been doing. I think Nothing to Say was one of the other ones, but he hasn't been playing his Invoker as much.
It's a great item in this meta where everyone is just super tanky and you have that extra damage sometimes that you need. Venomancer, however, gonna give Ursa a hard time in the laning stage.
And we can't assume it's a bot. Veno.
Yeah. And they're covering this Veno pick nicely. They ban out Darkshire, which builds into Pipe, builds into Greaves, and also allows Ursa to play the game against the Venomancer by giving him Surge and Ion Shell.
Yeah, I've been told time and time again that one of Veno's biggest downfalls is whenever people rotate. Invoker's not really going to be rotating that much. He's going to have to worry about this DK pressuring his mid lane constantly, so he's not going to really be able to leave even if he does go for that Cold Snap burn build. And now for TNC, be like a Spectre for Gabby.
I still like PL. I don't like PL as a hero, but I think in this game, in this scenario, it just fits so well because it's the mana burn, the double mana burn as you're mentioning. They already have heroes that set tempo with DK and Veno, so you just need some hero that's going to win you the game.
Okay.
So I think they've got...
To go back to some of Enigma's games, they have Invoker mid, and then you see Karoki as a Lion rotating mid on top of the EMP, just stun and another mana drain, be super annoying.
Does DK care about that, though?
Not too much.
Yeah. They ban out Collapse's Underlord.
Yeah, that's another pipe buyer that can enable the Ursa a bit better versus the Venomancer. Percent damage too, as we saw last time versus DK. They're gonna ban the PL, so what's the other Gabby heroes?
Axe!
I don't think you want to pick Axe here.
No.
So they need... I don't mind Spectre. I think Spectre is okay.
They go Lina.
So maybe what, carry Veno?
I think it's carry Dragon Knight, mid Lina, and
Veno. Yeah, that's more suited. That is a tough matchup for Invoker.
And now if you're Collapse, your lane is most likely DK Nyx Assassin? Or DK Snap?
5 seconds remaining.
Interesting that they make the DK the carry.
Well, they might still switch it about. Who knows?
Snapfire carry?
Snapfire mid, we've seen it a lot.
Liquid.
Maybe not on our mouth.
I've seen ran. Snapfire carry.
They're out of time. 4 seconds left only.
Into Veno.
It's Kite City.
And it is a Bog Veno, it is a Gabby Dragon Knight, and Armel will take on the Lina. So as expected then, and nothing out of the ordinary on the side of Team Spirit either.
It's a godly Veno game.
Yeah, it looks like
daggers, exactly.
Bog's gonna have a field day.
At least they have something to give to Ursa. So Ursa with Empower, Ursa with buffs from the Invoker. He's gonna feel great in this game, even if his game is ruined in the laning stage. Will still be able to recover from the Empower. But I don't think they're gonna be able to get the Blink Daggers off. It's really hard. The Vision game will be strong. You have a good front line with this Dragon Knight, with the Venomancer, Nyx Assassin scouting things out. I like what TNC's got again.
Yep, it's fast-paced. I think Team Spirit's got this slower-paced draft again, like they did last time, which almost ended up working out, but this looks like one of the best Venomancer games I've seen in a very long time. They've got multiple different ways to hit Egg. They've got Snapfire. They've got Lina. DK's not even bad against hitting this Phoenix Egg either. Yeah, I really do like what TNC's gotten for themselves. Even though I'm not too crazy about them making Gabby this carry DK, I think it works because I don't believe he is going to be the carry. I think it's probably going to end up being Armel with some BKB, MKB build that we've seen nothing to say doing. I think that's kind of the variety that TNC's going for.
You explained the stakes that TNC are free from the tiebreaker of elimination.
Correct.
What's happening with Spirit if they lose this?
Okay, so first of all, if TNC want to keep their upper bracket chances alive, they have to win this, and then they have to hope that Team Nigma lose later today, but they need to win this to still have a chance. Team Spirit, so they're in kind of like the similar boat as Beast Coast and Team Liquid. They can lose this, but then they also have to hope that both Beast Coast and Team Liquid are losing as well, and then force out a tiebreaker there. They definitely want to win this, though, in order to keep their chances as open as possible. Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, you guys are all going on the side of TNC, and I can see way out. They look good, and with the Armel Lina, we'll see what happens in this game too. We're gonna find out what happens again with the commentary team is waiting upstairs over there. I think Starship Slacks really want me to send it over to him. AY's there as well, and I can just keep talking. No? Okay, no.
Give it to me, Sheever. Give it to me. I want to get into that game, my friend. It's been a long time since I've seen a Venomancer. Are you ready to see this one, my buddy boy?
I hate that hero.
Okay.
He's just so annoying to play against. I think it's a good pick, but the pain that's gonna be inflicted on Team Spirit as they have to go into Veno.
I love pain. Let's get into the match and go take a peeky. Ah, God, Venomancer. How could he not like that guy?
I mean, I'm starting to see a trend. You like Venomancer? You like Techies? Do you like Naga Siren?
I like getting eggs on Naga and playing support Naga.
Okay. We're just inflicting pain on your opponents. It's a good way to think about Dota.
It's a good way to think about life, my friend. Welcome to the game. It is TNC versus Team Spirit. I'm Sir Action Slacks, and this is Howie 2000. We have our observer here, JJ the Pimp Munkle. Is here. Getting this game together for you here. Lot on the line, as Sheeves was telling. If we get another TNC victory, they are looking pretty good for upper bracket. Team Spirit really needs to win this one too, though. If they go down, they are near the low lows. have some chances of potentially some not good placement. But won't say any fights for the runes this time. We're going to take it easy last match in case you didn't join us or, you know, you were put off by Odie Pixel's voice. He decided you had to leave. That was a very, very bloody game, my friend. Is this mid Lena?
It is mid Lena, but honestly, it's more of a one-position Lena. I think TNC are on the carry mid hype train. You have a TA, Puck, Lena, whatever you have, and it just 1v5s the game like it did last game.
Oof.
And Toronto Tokyo, he actually missed his block mid, so that's a bit rough.
Oof. Not a great sign there from Toronto Tokyo. I've been waiting to cast this guy. I'm very excited to say his name. What a creative... What?
Ooh, that was a big deny, because now Lena doesn't get level 2 to pressure him under the tower.
Deny. Worth the cold snap for sure.
Yeah. Armel has been like playing this Lena hero mid for as long as I can remember. I remember him playing Lena versus CCNC's Ember in lane, and it's like 40 CS to 6. So I'm expecting great things from him this game.
Alright. How long can you remember, Howie? What was your first Dota hero?
My first Dota hero was Vengeful Spirit. My friend told me to buy Boots of Speed and Tangles and say solo bottom.
How'd it go?
I was a god.
As you are. Still to this very day. A little bit of a skirmish up here, as you're going to see that Phoenix and the Snapfire go head-to-head. And Bach here on the Venomancer, the big hero of the match. We have not seen too many Venos. Typically, we see it as a response to a TA. But this time it's being used to make sure that your Magnus and your Ursa are not having a good time. But DK's big strength here in the top lane. Put points in Dragon Blood and then literally stand there.
Yeah, no, he's gonna farm very well to see. Team Spirit, their strategy is to snipe these couriers. They have a sneaky ward up here. If you delay his items, then he can't outlast hit you.
Oh.
I mean, Magnus should farm too.
That is a naked ward there. No cosmetics on that ward. Interesting. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we're going to see that first blood coming out from the Venomancer. Could have maybe denied there by the Ursa, but...
It's such a hard lane now.
Yeah.
You have the Nyx Assassin just to protect this Venomancer. He's just going to keep poisoning the Ursa, and you can't sustain this hero. Especially once he gets to the... Like, if he gets a good start, like, you can't even kill him anymore. Needing to lose the lane.
Wow, that is a very pessimistic view on that bottom lane. There's no way they can win it back, my friend.
I don't think so. Not with the supports they have. Maybe they can, so like, if they you can always clutch things in Dota, right? Like, but it's looking a bit rough.
Time to clutch your pearls down here, waiting for the inevitable doom, as Howie2000 put it. We're gonna see Tim's walk around that outside and see if he can get some pull action in here. As Veno seems to, as you said, be having the time of his life. 9 last hits already. Ursa.
I mean,
14,
you'll be down CS at the start of the lane, but eventually you get kicked out just because Poison Sting applies so much harass. Like, his last hitting is very bad early, but as you can see here, like, Ursa's going to lose a soul worth of HP off one Gale.
Potentially. He's going to be walking back, you're right. He will be getting low from those Gales, and I think he knows it. Those are little tambourines of sadness, potentially. As he knows that this lane will soon be not going his way. Meanwhile, the top lane, it's like Boomy here, and Phoenix constantly getting in each other's business. That's what you like to see. As net worth, though, yeah, Magnus doing well with the last hits.
I mean, DK, he doesn't really pressure opponent that much early on, but he does pretty much always secure his own game. I think Magnus should be one of the better heroes versus him early in lane, just with that high base damage and a shockwave to secure CS. But, I mean, Gabby's completely fine with how this lane's going, I think.
Alright. More Ursa damage as the boys are picking on him in the bot. Very interested mostly in the middle, though. I think that the rotations coming out from mid are going to kind of dictate the game a bit. Invoker, of course, classically does not rotate that much, but Sunstrikes are always like, you know, it's like a mini rotation.
This is a Quas Wax Invoker, so I think he will be heavy on the rotations. Lina versus Invoker used to be, like, people would pick Invoker to counter Lina, but this lane doesn't seem to be going that well, and the entire premise of picking Invoker to counter Lina was that you could Tornado Cold Snapper and your supports could rotate in. However, his supports are terrible at ganking, I think. Like, Lion's okay, but you don't have enough damage. It's not the type of hero Quaswex need.
Oh, speaking of supports ganking, here we go. A cookie after a light strike array. And with that Dragon Slave, oh, it's barely enough. Last hit there. Phoenix is pissed, though. He's wondering where his playmate went from the top lane, and he's going to go in and clean up just a little bit. Worth? Question mark? Probably not. as Invoker has died mid, meaning that Lina, as you said, might have some even quicker rotation time. Ursa, also, as you said, has abandoned lane. Owie, do you ever get anything wrong here?
I'm actually wrong about like 80% of the things I say, but no, these ones are like, they're classic pub matchups, the Veno versus Ursa, and the Snapper dying was actually pretty good for Armejo because he gets the bottle refill. Oh, they killed Nick's bottom.
Yeah, not great.
You see Lion, he understands the lane. He's not going for some mana drain, slowly play the lane. They understand that they have to kill the Veno or the Nyx every time they have an opportunity in order to do anything in this lane.
Dragon Knight doinking around up at the top, picking on poor little Magnus, but Magnus is still keeping up. Still with the best of them. 30 last hits as we see these bottle refills.
A good D ward from Boomy here. He understands that they have a Magnus up. He knows Phoenix has been gone for a while, so he scouts out the stacks, D wards the wards, and
oh, barely misses that light striker. Boomy, last chance to do anything. He's gonna cookie on in, and Nyx Assassin rotates in as well. Not too shabby at all there. As Armel will be making it out, and it is going to be another 1-for-1 trade. Man, this Phoenix and Sapphire really do hate each other.
Yeah, and Tim's manages to snag the tornado.
Ooh, he will be able to get it there.
The tornado in 5 seconds, though.
Very scary. Now gonna have to pop that arcane room. Whoa, misses the light strike, and now we're in some serious trouble. Lion moving in. Could he get it tonight? Oh my goodness.
So unfortunate. Mapolshka was actually trying to give, good play by Lina then, but Mapolshka was trying to give Toronto Tokyo the kill there. I think it's a little bit of misplay actually. Neutral creeps, you can aggro them the same way you do creeps in lane. If he had walked close to those natures and attacked the Lina, he would have dragged aggro there.
Well, Lina seems to be ahead with that nice neutral that helps even more, so Invoker's day is ruined just a little bit more. I'm sure we'll be seeing him. Meanwhile, down in bottom, looks like we have relegated the Phoenix now to take this, what some would say, dead lane. We won't use such terminology on a good cast like ours. As Ursa has moved into the triangle.
Yeah, and Veno, he's just gonna farm up a storm. He's already top net worth, but now he gets 2 neutral camps and the lane every minute.
Okay, well, this isn't too bad, though. Magnus able to empower the Ursa for a free little Battle Fury, so catch-up potential is there. Oh, no! Barely makes it out of there from that Ursa. And now Boomy, who is just all over the place, doesn't care about their own well-being. It is all about disrupting the enemy team. We're going to see that Snapfire go down one more time. But doing good work.
Yeah, that was a lot of disruption. He brought a lot of Radiant heroes from Team Spirit into their own triangle, not somewhere you really want to play. In the bottom lane, they're pressuring this Phoenix. They don't want the support to sort of sit here and get EXP.
Ooh, nice stun there. I did not think he had that, and it will be a slow and painful death for the Phoenix as Armel rotates down, and it could be a pretty early tower. Oh no, it's that little guy. He's chasing Nyx. Oh, the demon. He's the shovel man. That's the scariest thing in the world. Little kobold. You know the creeps aren't aggro to little kobold?
Yeah.
4 towers?
Only, I think the fountain hits it in Heroes, that's all.
Yeah, just the fountain. He's one of the most terrifying units in this entire game. He will chase you from beginning to end, slowly killing you with his tiny little claws.
The tower goes down bottom. You kick the enemy carry out. I think TNC have a good read on how they want to play the map. You kick the carry out, you kick the support out, you take the tower.
Sorry, Snapfire, going down yet again. We're doing all this business.
Radiant's bottom tower
and
is
we're
under
seeing
attack.
Gabby, you know, he's keeping up there, but definitely team a dire favorite so far on your net worth.
And like the moves from Team Spirit are sort of hard to find. Like you don't have
Radiant's
a lot of like you don't have a melee support sort of to lead your fights like the Nyx has been doing on TNC side. So they have to sort of clutch, like have clutch spellcasting, you know, hit the tornado with not much setup. And the heroes on TNC are just really hard to kill. I mean, Armel's moved to like the safest place on the map, and Gabby's he's a Dragon Knight. He's just gonna sit in front of his tower and tank everything.
Yeah, but I feel like TNC, they also might be winning these lanes, but they got to be careful. With Magnus accelerating that Ursa, he can come back pretty quick, and then if he can get on top of some of these heroes, he'll be able to just 2 or 3 shot them. It's going to be completely disgusting. So they've got to keep up this pressure, Howie.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anytime you play versus a Magnus lineup, you're looking to take their towers so you can take over the map and stop the Magnus from farming, or Magnus from having this carry to farm. I do think you do want to generally wait for a timing. A lot of the time, what people don't realize is you have to hit a timing in order to make that aggressive move. You can't just keep going, and then, you know, they just kill you because you don't have enough items or levels to fight them. I think they'll wait for the Lina Yo Scepter. It completely counters Ursa because you can use him during his enrage, and then they'll just start running at the Team Spirit lineup.
I always love to hear about things like waiting for your timing. The time is now. It's time to kill. That's what matters the most. Go
get your levels, you know, get your levels. You almost have Blink on DK. It's gonna line up with the Yos on Lina almost, and just start smoking and running at them. I think that's the plan from TNC this game.
All right. Weak, but acceptable.
Weak.
As we see Tim's making even more chaos. Poor Phoenix just trying to get a few levels from this horrible start. And Tim's looking for some levels of his own. Meanwhile, Lion, a little bit out of position here. It's a tasty kill. The most competitive part about this is who they're going to let have it. They'll let the Lina take it. That's one step closer to that devastating Yuli Scepter.
Yeah, and they let the Lina have it because it makes it so that the DK gets a blink exact same time as she gets the Yules. When you're playing cores, you generally want to click on your other like position 1 or 2 and line up your item with what they get, you know? They're going BKB, you also go BKB, stuff like that.
What a universe you live in, where people look at their allies' timings and items and plan around that.
Well, that's what you should do.
Well,
Dota.
good.
It's good. It's good to do. But Team Spirit, they sort of have to wait for the TNC pressure to come in. Like we see in this game, like if Volker doing Call-Strikes, he's a hero that wants to rotate, but he just has no damage. Ooh, I like this. They're just smoking up and go for Roshan.
Sneaky, sneaky. Gonna see if they can't sneak out that Roshan. Everyone's kind of in the area, but it's about if they can use their brains and think to themselves, Ursa, missing, not in triangle.
Illusion.
Boom's gonna go and check that out. No.
I would like to see the Lion go in the pit and just aggro the Roshan off enemy heroes so it runs at him and it's not bashing the Ursa. That's a little trick I don't
Wait,
use much.
could this be it?
Just a smoke. I get it. No, that's huge. It's 11-minute Roshan. That's what you want as an Ursa. It gives them a window where even though TNC's strong, they have their items, you can still fight them.
Speaking of fighting them, here we go. A little bit of tornado action onto that Lina, and gonna try to get out that mana, but there's that very useful Yule Scepter. Denies the tower attempt. And
there's just 7 Venom wards down. You can't move forward.
Yes.
And look at TNC. They just sit this DK top. Even though he has this Blink Taker, they realize that because he has Blink, he can also join the fight if he TPs mid really fast, so he can keep farming, keep control of the top side of the map. His net worth is looking good. All the cores on TNC are like very farmed this game.
Looking solid, but this is about time that Team Spirit starts to group up as well. Magnus is looking strong, feeling good. Gonna be putting everybody top, seeing if they can't get a tower. Next assassin scouting out though. Look out, Mr. Magnus, that's a bug. Oof. Okay, forget it. You don't gotta look out that much. Ursa moving in, Magnus going on, and that is the target that they really wanted. That beautiful Lina. Stefan trying to make something happen here with the kisses, and Dragon Knight getting a nice stun, but will it be enough? Probably not. As everybody knows, mission accomplished. Lina's dead. They lost their mid. We ain't got to pressure anything. And now biding their time since the ults are all and just picking this fight really well.
Yeah, I completely missed that. Magnus was just rushing this Blink there. He gets it, and he gets probably the best kill on the map. Team Spirit, they know. They bring 5 heroes. They couldn't defend bot or mid, but they want to kill their opponents. They want to use its Aegis and fight.
Oh, there we go. A smoke is appearing as a Venom. He's going to be grabbed up as well and just instantly melted by this Ursa. Beautiful stuff here. These 5-man plays at 13 minutes. This is what people have nightmares about. Please group up with me. They're 5-manning our tier 1. Please.
Dire's top tower.
But they don't have much building damage, but Team Spirit is killing heroes. So that means like, yeah, I mean, there are no heroes. You can kill the building forever. And I think they have this tower. I think it's just dead. TNC are already split pushing out the other lanes.
No, I don't know, Owie. Any second now. Any second now they could come and defend it.
Dire's top tower.
And one thing Team Spirit is doing really well is, despite TNC sort of having more map control, taking bottom tower really early in mid, did they just Phoenix egg?
They just Phoenix egged.
Was that a miss? I guess it must have been a misclick. He has a friendly ally tip there.
It was absolutely not a misclick. It was a celebration egg. An egg in those trying times of those 5-man top. And now that they maybe know that the egg is down, they might want to go do something. But stacking more ancients, having more fun. Magnus looking to grab Grandma, and it won't be happening here today.
Team Spirit have done a good job just continually stacking these ancients up for Ursa.
There we go. No egg, no problem. Initiation onto that Phoenix. Big old dragon boy. They'll be making it out okay.
Oh,
maybe not.
He would have lived if he had egg. Just the Elder Dragon form DOT ticking him down, and man, that's a costly one.
Oh, there we go. Initiation onto the line as well. Nobody there to defend, but there's a beautiful RP. Holy guacamole! These guys just got served up on a platter. Beautiful buffet of heroes here as they move in now. That is going to be a percentage-based magical attack on DK. One of the worst things that can happen to you on a DK. He's going to go for the stun. He's going to go for the run. But will they be able to grab him? Mr. Horn's getting ready. He's going to have a shocking answer. He had escaped attempt.
And now Volker, he has these 4 Spirit Vessel charges. He's ready to fight at any point. I think when you play like Venom versus Blink Dagger heroes, how it works is that if you're sitting set up on Venom, sort of posturing defensively, they're never going to get Blink off on you without like a smoke. But if you're running in, trying to make the aggressive play, sometimes you won't have time to set up the wards. And as you can see, like, Collapse with a beautiful punish there. 3-man RP into some Ursa Cleaves and the EMP. They just destroy TNC in that fight.
Yep, TNC's got to figure something out here because this only gets worse. The more items that they are able to get on Team Spirit, the more horrible these team fights will become. And they have a very aggressive lineup themselves. They need to be the ones dealing this damage.
In Yotaro, he's stealing their Ancients, and there's an Ancient stack for him.
Oh, well done there, Nyx Assassin, making sure to take advantage of that Battle Fury. But looking to initiate here. Long stun. They need more. Cookie's going out. He is deniable. And he's going to be, oh no, Venomancer out of this fight now. Wait a minute. Fantastic Force Staff for a little bit. Invoker working that back line though, baby. The egg returns.
A beautifully placed egg. It completely made it so after Aegis respawned, they couldn't fight them at all.
Things are looking at
pretty good use of Aegis, honestly, because I think he had like 20-30 seconds left on that. I'd be very happy trading it for a Veno.
Yeah, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Time to fight. Anyway, looking real rough for TNC. I don't know how they fight if these guys get any bigger here, Owie 2000.
I mean, I think once at BKBs, the fights will get easier, but I'm surprised. Like, Team Spirit are just playing the map really well. They're constantly stacking these Ancients. I think it's been like, I think Ursa's probably killed like 9 or 10 Ancient camps by this point, and it's really showing in the net worth.
Yeah, he is miles ahead. By miles, I mean 2K, but still, for somebody that is, you know, my MMR.
Like for someone who got kicked, he got kicked out of lane at like level 4 or 5. He's really made a comeback this game. And TNC, they've been trying to shut him down. You know, the Snapfire went into his Ancients and disrupted him a bit, but he's just farming it up with Empower.
Do you ever feel like kicking somebody out of the lane is sometimes a negative? Like, you're too hard on him, you know? Maybe you could have killed him. So hard on him. This Ursa's huge. He got owned. Here we go. Mortimer's Kiss is coming out. Gonna be hitting him, unfortunately, during his ultimate, which will mitigate most of the damage. Waiting for stuns here on Tim's, but he hardly has any mana. There we go. A little mana pop right there. Nice save by the support, however, with the Glimmer Cape. It looks like Magnus is just about ready to rip these boys apart. He does have RP. He's in the area.
That was a Magnus's Glimmer Cape too.
Oh.
He's gone for just Blink Dagger into Glimmer Cape. Pretty cool build because he does have 2 cores that... I mean, Volker doesn't take a lot of farm, but he can take farm if you want to play more of a support role. Magnus, just focus on RP. Oh, also, the Glimmer Cape, you can invis yourself so you don't get hit by Venom wards, so you can get that RP off. So maybe this is his way of bypassing Venom's, like, I'd say, like, counter the blink. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's smart.
That is pretty smart. Never thought of anything like that before. But, you know, not the most creative person in the world. Boomy and the bird meet once again. Cookie that son of a biscuit and keep him there. Nice work there. A little revenge from Boomy being picked on by Phoenix this entire match. Mr. Symbols, though, starting a little party up at the top, trying to get that tier 2 tower. Looks like they are looking to respond in full force here. Dragonite blinking in with the stun, followed up by an Electric Array. Look at all these stuns just combined on each other, but yet again that Glimmer Cape from Magnus doing such work for his boys. Oh, this Magnus is everything you could ever ask for. Initiation, saves, sacrifice. What more can be done?
Armel was just like 20 mana off the Laguna Blade there. I think they might have been able to finish off Ursa. TNC though, they defend their tower. They kill 2 heroes. You need to seize those opportunities. If you have the read that the enemy doesn't deserve to be there, to like hit that tier 2, then you gotta collapse on them there. And they already had the alt sword set up behind at the top lane.
top lane. And we're going to blink out before they're able to respond and get any kills, as TNC did. And we continue here. Very close game still. Less than 1k net worth across the board. Owie, anything on that screen sticking out to you, buddy?
I think pretty much just this Roshan.
Woo!
What's happening?
Nothing, man. Just kill mid.
Oh, nice.
I like kills. They make me whoo.
A good pick off there. I think it's just Roshan that should decide this game. It can spawn, so both teams sort of are forced to play around this top area of the map.
And big boy Philly Philosopher Stone has dropped there, so...
Ooh, that's nice on Nyx. He's one of the most efficient gold users. And Nyx is also going for that Yield Scepter just to deal with this Ursa. It also purges the Empower as an added bonus this game, so I think having multiple of those is really helpful.
Well, if you're using your Yules to get rid of Empowers, primarily, that's probably not good.
Well, you use him during the ultimate and remove the Empower, right? So it's like an extra bonus thing.
Okay. 2 for 1, I'll take it. Magnus looking to try to find that Lina. Takes a guess, doesn't get it, but
it's a good try.
Fine effort, sir.
You gotta go for those.
Absolutely. And we're just seeing this match get closer and closer. Looks like a repeat to game 1, Owie.
What's Phoenix? Is Phoenix just going for a Lotus Orb here? Yes, Lotus Orb versus DK stun? Or maybe just to purge off the Gale from his Ursa, maybe. It's pretty rare I click a Phoenix and just have a Tranquil Boots Perseverance. Good idea though, honestly. I think they'll have this Cataclysm on Invoker. He's starting to put points in extra. If they hit a good RP, like they can win any fight this game.
Alright, Venomancer trying to hold that middle lane with his little spitty babies. Disgusting creatures. One of the most vile of the little spitty babies I've ever seen. Look like that dinosaur. Disgusting. Look at him go. Yawa wawa. Ain't something you want to kiss, Owie.
That is definitely not. Lina has BKB, but Spear is smoking in. They don't know about this BKB.
Okay, looks like the Snapfire is going to be instantly taken out with a little rotation. And
he has buyback, but Roshan's up. TNC need to contest this Roshan. The second Roshan, always so pivotal in these Dota matches.
That beautiful shard. Oh no, Venomancer tried to get clipped there. He barely got him with his ultimate, but that's not the best ult in the world. Spin that out on the Magnus. They got to contest this Roshan as Ursa is just ripping it up. Buyback is going to be committed with only 10 seconds left. That's a field bad.
They have full vision with this ward here. His egg.
Oh, the egg is going to be able to stop them for a little bit. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in. Will it be a snatch? No. The Aegis goes to the bear. And the Mortimer's Kiss is going to rip him up there. Nice job. Another fantastic grab by your Magnus. And owie, this is just looking like Disaster City. Nyx Assassin's dead too.
Yeah, really good ward from Team Spirit. Letting just perfectly plan out that fight. They could see everything. As soon as TNC were like, Venom?
Venomancer also in a little bit of trouble. Those disgusting, hideous wards will be put down and laid to rest to watch their father die. As, a little Sunstrike there for some vision as well. Gotta say, this is clean stuff.
That was really clean. Just the vision advantage there. It let them plan out exactly when they want to jump into fight, when they had to like preemptively pop that egg to secure the Roshan. DK managed to snipe the cheese there, but he had to use it right away. Meanwhile, Ursa gets a shard and Aegis.
Is under attack.
Shard, beautiful on Ursa. That's exactly what you want around this time, and especially against this team. And this one is quickly snowballing out of the way for TNC. Little Nyx Assassin looking around, skittering around like a little buggy. Not gonna find anything though. You know, the Nyx lore, that's a good one.
Phoenix is just going straight for a Refresher Orb.
What? Nani? Show me that, JJ.
He had the Perseverance. I thought it would be weird if he's going Lotus Orb to rush it, but no, he has 2 Dragon Balls and he's just going straight for the Refresher Orb.
What in the goddamn am I looking at?
This item is actually one of the most underrated items in Dota, I think. I have one of Tiga's friend. He just rushes Refresher Orb on every hero, and it actually looks really good. Like you have the Refresher Mars. I don't know about that one.
The Refresher Mars?
Yeah.
Huh?
I have a friend, he does it on Pangolier. It actually looks really strong. It gives a lot of regen, so it's like not even a dead item when it's down.
Refresher Mars, you can make a Venn diagram.
You can.
With an emphasis on the
do
die.
that.
Oh no. Venomancer looking for that last hit.
Yes, we're seeing a bit. Like this Venomancer hero, it was super hard to play against for a long time in Dota, you know. You can think of like the Matu era where he's just picking Venomancer, and then there's another era where you couldn't beat him in the offlane. But this hero's not really picked at all right now. I think we're sort of seeing why.
Yeah,
it's not stopping this Ursa at all.
Yeah, you just run at him. I mean, what does he do? He dies in 2 hits, for goodness gracious sake. There's nothing you can do. Ursa now taking a tier 2 top. Looks like the wind has been pulled out of TNC's sails. Such a unique team with such great drafts, and they've been playing fantastically. But this game, whoa! They look goofy. Oh, that's a Venn diagram right there, my friend. As the Lina is toast.
Amazing catch by them. And I really like Team Spirit's itemization against this Venomancer hero. You have the Glimmer Cape just so that Magnus can get his blink off. You have the SMI and the Shard on Ursa, which means that even though the ward is slowing you, you have a lot of stash resistance to reduce how much they slow you. You know, he can still walk into fights. He has his own blink here now, so he can just jump whoever he wants. Just good choices, you know?
Very good choices. Feels good to watch people make good choices for once.
Lion has a blink dagger as well. They have 3 blinks on Team Spirit, and they're getting close to a refresher. Not if he dies here.
I'm trying to get a little bit of a pick here, and there's going to be the egg. We need to slow that down, but a pop of BKB, and that's an easy omelet. Nyx Assassin might get picked up as well here. That cold snap doing some serious work. Wow, that was pretty impressive stuff. And could we get even more? Ursa now looking for Dragon. This game might be a quickie. There's a beautiful RP to grab that DK. Snapfire trying to say, get away from my baby. She's got to give him a cookie if he has any chance of getting out of here. No cookie and no hope. Bach is down. And this is just disaster after disaster. Oh no.
That was a really nice Lion stun. You don't expect the 5, even at 26 minutes, to have a blink dagger in a game like this where he's had to focus so much on vision. Also, that Nyx, you know, he used Carapace there, but the Spirit, the timing was unlucky. It procs the Spirit Vessel, and that last click from Invoker just finishes him off.
Oof.
I don't know how TNC take fights. Like, it's cool to go for these ideas. Like the safe lane DK, and you're expecting your Lina to carry you, mostly as a 1 position. You know, he's going for this Dragon Lance, he wants to be a right clicker. But Lina actually takes a long time to kick in as a right clicker. Usually when we've seen it from like LGD, they paired it with like an Axe or Ursa or something that does a little bit of damage in the early game as well, not just like a front line. You don't want 1 damage there, because if they focus Alina ever, you can't take any fights.
Yeah, I think they were really hoping that the Venomancer played through a little bit better, but I mean, he just got picked off like 3 times in a row, you know? Ursa was blinking on top of him.
I think it started from him getting picked off at top lane, actually, because TNC's draft, if you look at it, they want to defend their towers. They have this really tanky DK position 1. They have this Venomancer. Ursa just stealing their stacks, but if you lose towers, then the purpose of these heroes is completely negated, and now they just don't look like they do offer anything in the fights.
Well, there's some good news. Aegis was not used properly, so that's nice. He killed the Ursa, maybe kill him for reals. But time is certainly running out. It looks like we might be seeing a smoke attempt, or at least a rotation attempt, coming out from TNC. There it is, as they are on the hunt. Who do you kill when you go on them, though, buddy?
I think you want the Invoker for sure. Invoker and supports.
A very hard thing to do. Lion blinking ahead, and Ursa, everyone's just so separated right here. Lion missing the stun, thank goodness. The ult is going to go out from the Venomancer. Pops a BKB, but there's just no follow-up to that ultimate so far. Phoenix, even if he dies, not the worst thing to happen in that fight, and they might just turn it around now. Magnus going back in. He's got, but he doesn't make it. The first staff, there we go. Nice shot, Caddy, Clizzy, and goodbye, my little friends. This is looking bad. Armel has to BKB as well. I mean, you just can't fight into these guys. You can't survive these guys. What do you do to get back into this game?
That's rough. And you can look at if Spirit gets to the stage of the game, like, you have to build BKB because they have Phoenix, Invoker, and Lion. But BKB doesn't help you for the instant initiation of Lion, the Ursa right clicks, or the RP. It's just incredibly hard to itemize versus lineup. I mean, they have to defend their towers this game. That's the only thing I can really think of to make the TNC lineup work at this point. You just have to clutch something, right?
Yeah, I don't even know how you clutch this.
Yeah, I mean, things are looking bad, but maybe they walk up to your high ground and you just hurt someone. You do still have Lina, you do still have like a lot of stuns and Snapfire OT. You can make something happen, but you need to rely on your opponent sort of messing up a little bit and capitalize on it perfectly.
Potentially, Venomancer could make a trail of Venom wards and Ursa could get distracted killing them and walk into his fountain.
Sure.
That could happen.
That's the best place to fight, if you can fight your opponent in your fountain. This is very good.
Okay.
We saw that in the, what was that first series we had? A very hype game. LGD versus Vici is just skewering everyone into fountain with a fresh orb.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's skewering in the fountain from TNC, but maybe they'll just get really hungry for grandma. She could cookie them in the fountain. Oh, that'd be a good eggs. Cookie enemies?
Would it? Maybe.
Shut up. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, he has BKB, but you're just getting instant stun from Lion here.
Oh, not enough damage yet. Nyx Assassin? Taking the bullet? Kind of? Oh no! Oh dear! Oh my! Nyx literally did nothing. He just died.
That was a savior buddy syndrome. But honestly, good play from. I think Lion. They already had a sentry there, or he dropped it.
Oh wow! Nice moves from the Ursa and Lion just making these plays, helping out as much as he can. This is, woo! Okay, all right. Stop playing with their food now, TNC. You've made your point. Destroy them. Destroy them now.
I think this is like the spirit. I think if people watch the games in the CIS region, like that, people sort of expected. They're very snowballing. Once they start getting these advantages, they're just catching you everywhere. Snapfire too.
Yeah, they cannot literally leave their base right now as they are just torn apart by every single member. I mean, every single member of Team Spirit has kill potential right now. There's just nothing you can do.
And I feel like, you know, they want Armel to carry them this game, but he's the only threat on the TNC team. If Team Spirit literally just casts all their spells on this Lina, they can't lose a fight.
Gonna be taking this Rax, and looks like they won't even be able to defend a Nyx Assassin yet again. Getting in that danger zone.
Or it's a Abyss already.
Oh, sweet bubblegums. He's got a vessel? Cool, 31 minutes? Oh no. Okay, well, you know, at least they get to watch for a bit. TNC, a front row match to some cool building explosions coming up here. They're taking it pretty safe and easy, though, from Team Spirit.
Yeah, very measured, you know. They understand that this game is most likely won. If we can just secure the Roshan, play good, like, standard, safe, structured Dota, we're going to win this match. I like this back from them. You don't want to throw this game. You don't want to go chase grandma into the fountain, as you were saying.
Of course you want to throw this game. Make it even. Make it fun. You're back and they can't fight you right now. All they can do is make mistakes, Owie.
Oh, and that's a quick Roshan spawn, too. Respawns only in 30 seconds, so...
Oh, Jesus. Grab the DD. Get out. Oh, sorry, DD bottom. Lucky that they didn't get that DD.
Oh, that's a timing for them. They have a DD rune. Do they have a smoke? I think they might have spent... Oh, they do have 2 smokes on Boomy. But because of this DD, they might be able to take this fight. It's honestly... It's a hard fight, but you have to take risks. This is your best chance.
Ice Frog potentially giving them a little bit of help in this game. Nyx Assassin scouting out, but Lion, he's got that feeling in the back of his head, you know? He's got those hairs standing up on the back of his fat rolled head. One of his many chins.
The problem is, like, TNC, they can't threaten the Roshan. Team Spirit, they kill in 3 seconds, and Team Spirit, you need 5 heroes hitting it for like a minute.
They can barely threaten a jungle creep right now. This is looking rough. Counter smoke coming in now.
They just have all defensive items on TNC. They're never going to be able to kill heroes with these.
Well, sometimes it's not about killing heroes, Owie. Sometimes it's about living long enough to watch everyone else on your team die first.
That's true. Because when you're behind, like, you have to clutch situations. You need a lot of damage. You need to outplay them. If you go for defensive items when you're behind, you're often, like, just run out of damage.
Well, when are you supposed to get defensive items then, Owie?
Even our head.
Player knowledge coming right at you. Sapphire instantly taken out, and that is a significant everything for this team. That's save, that's team fight. Oh no, Dragon Knight walking in the wrong direction. Invoker. Here we go. DK's gonna jump on him, but I don't think he knows what lay in the trees. They're pretty spread out though. Phoenix Egg coming out. Look at that. Sunray just doing beautiful stuff in that egg, healing up. And Boschka as he grabs a beautiful Venomancer. What a prize! BKB used up by the DK. And they're just going to back up again. Nice reserve. Double damage on the Lina, though. Okay, we got a kill here. Okay, there we go. That's great. But, hey, a kill happened. That's pretty great for them.
TNC played that fight really well. I mean, when you're this far behind, you have to take every advantage you can get. They managed to mana burn the Ursa completely before the fight started. And because of that, he couldn't jump the Lina with his Abyssal Blade at all. They do have some Roshan potential with this DD rune. I mean, Lina does a lot of damage, even though she doesn't have any damage items yet, so they might go for this here.
Yeah, Invoker scouting out though with a nice tornado, and that's going to buy him some time. Only 14 seconds till Lion is available again, and Magnus is going to go ahead and commit the buyback. Venomancer is just in front of this Ursa's Claws for the entire game today. He cannot catch a break. This guy's all over him.
Yeah, I'd like to see Team Spirit bring out some mangoes just to feed their Ursa Bear. But, man, Phoenix still has egg because of the refresher. They still have RP. There's no way for TNC to fight this.
You're not just supposed to feed bears human foods, Allie. That kills the bear.
It kills them.
That's right. Bears need to eat only honey or meat. They cannot eat things like mangoes.
Oh, okay.
You'll kill the bear.
That's sad.
Is it?
That's very sad.
If you were being attacked by a bear, would you feel it was sad if he ate a mango and choked to death, Howie?
I would not.
See?
But that's still pretty sad.
Life is about perspective, my friend. And if you're in TNC's perspective, it ain't a good one. This is a, we're about to lose. Look at this guy, he's gonna die on mango. Holy Jesus, this is a mango feast. And they're just down 7 mangoes. He's like Lacoste. Incredible.
Yeah, it's a good play. Like, you just want to keep up the tempo. You don't want to go back to base and sort of waste your Aegis time, which they ended up giving to Invoker, actually, because Ursa feels like he can't die. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I feel like you should almost always give your Aegis to the person who hits the buildings, but he is 6-slotted, so maybe he just doesn't want to give up one of these items. He wants to play more to jump them instead of just casually hitting buildings and waiting.
His teammates will slide him the cheese anyway, which is just as good for an Ursa Bear.
Yeah, I guess they've sort of identified that, like, if TNC jump any of their frontliners, the Ursa or Magnus, then they're going to win the fight because their backline is just so strong. So if you give the backline an Aegis, then all of a sudden, like, there's no options to jump. I feel like this does give TNC an opportunity to clutch, though. If they spend everything on this Ursa, maybe they have a chance.
Sure, Ursa is 99% of the damage. Everybody else is just there to distract until he cuts. Oh no! That was a blocking jump uphill, and he found the right target. That is a Lina dead. No buyback, no hope. Looks like for TNC. Here we go. Drop everything you have on the bench. You only have a couple seconds now. The sun rays coming in, trying to just burn everybody they can. Oh, and Venomancer goes down again.
And no buyback from either of these TNC cores.
Goodbye, the cookie. Well, this is a disaster. Not a lot they can do here. Okay, Phoenix dives and kills. So, that's good. Buyback on the next assassin. But I feel like they just reset here and they're good to go. He's still got an ultimate on the Ursa.
It is a bit hard to push just because they have that Venomancer wards, but Veno's dead right now, so he's not getting any fresh ones. As soon as this one goes down, there's nothing to stop him from hitting this building. And look at Lion's inventory, like he already has the mangoes in. He knows that.
Ursa goes in on the Sapphire. This guy's already got the mangoes. He knows.
He knows.
This guy's packing mangoes. He knows what's in it.
I mean, the thing is, like, the way TNC have identified their way to fight is that they mana burn all versus mana, so he can't jump anyone, and he gets kited by the slows. But, you know, a simple adjustment from Maposhka, really smart here, is just to buy some mangoes, and even 37 minutes into the game, he's holding the Arcane Ring just to give Ursa a bit more mana.
Jeez. Only in Dota 2 is it threatening to have a guy approach you with pockets full of mangoes, ready to use them at a moment's notice. That's...
Yeah, Ursa, he has Agi-Blink. He's just so farmed this game.
Oh, yeah.
10k ahead of the highest on the enemy team.
We're just buying time. This game's over.
I mean, no, TNC, they have some counterplay, right? Like, they've identified... I mean, the first one was mana burning the Ursa, but you can always clutch things in Dota. Like, you saw last game, I think they're behind by a similar amount. If they stun the right heroes, they get the right jump. Like, you can try. I mean, I think it's almost...
they have a Venomancer.
Yeah, they don't have much damage. You're right. It is hard.
I don't know who's doing damage on this team right now.
Yeah. I mean, Lina, she has Hurricane Pike too, right? Like, she didn't get to go for the Daedalus. She needed to survive in order to do damage. That was her read on the game, but yeah, it's a bit hard. There's like no real damage coming out.
It is good to be positive though, Howie. That's why you're here on the cast. Being positive, believing. I've lost all belief. It's a painful end potentially, as they just need a little bit of courage to go to that uphill and start taking these racks. I'm not quite sure what they're scared of. It looks like Ursa is not scared of much anymore.
It's hard to fight uphill into these Venom wards. Like, some potential buybacks, I think there are no buybacks on TNC, but maybe they don't know that. And, you know, this Gabby, he's just getting as much as he can on the map. He's still answering, he's just farming the enemy triangle. And TNC, they still think they can win, right? That's why they're in the game, so...
Oh, 1 out of
they probably have
3,
some good ideas.
Good. Good for them. Put some more wards down. This will work. Still keeping extremely disciplined, is extremely safe on Team Spirit. Now an illusion escape comes out for the Ursa, making their job even more difficult. Should he choose to grab that?
Yeah, I think Team Spirit, it's hard to like frontal push on the lane that has all the Venom wards, but if Invoker pushes top all the way out and they have all 3 lanes push in, they can sort of like make the TNC heroes move around and try to jump one. Their lineup doesn't really have any building damage. It's more of a Ursa goes in and dies someone with a lion, you kill them, and then you reset because you have 2 Phoenix Eggs, 2 RPs, and a buttload of Invoker spells.
Yeah. Everything seems to be open here for Team Spirit, but why push uphill when you know the enemy can't even leave their base? They have been stuck in their base for quite a while, getting absolutely no farm, quarantined up, unable to go to any birthday parties. Nyx Assassin initiating on that illusion, and that is going to be a horrific turnaround here as BKBs are popped. And RP onto a solo Snapfire, not the coolest thing in the world, but a lot of utility, as Ursa is still just hunting for anything that he can. Lion, great stun, nice force, but the uphill Lion, he doesn't give a hoot, dude. He just goes straight up there. I like it. BKB coming up here. Rush. Could we see another RP? Trying to find that Lina. We're gonna get the Lina. We're gonna get the Dragon Knight. That right there is the Venn diagram. And this game is looking quite over.
Yeah, it's very hard to counter everyone on the enemy team just having an extra item on you. But TNC tried, right?
Sure.
I mean, it's not like they played poorly this game. It's just their game plan is very specific. If you don't execute on somebody's hero like Venomancer and carry DK, then I think the game can slip out of your hands very fast. You don't have the damage to clutch these situations and come back into the game.
Buyback on Lina. She has a dream. Let's see if it will become a reality or if it will continue to be the horrifying nightmare that she has been living the entire game. Nope, that's nightmare.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.
Thanks a lot.
Oh no, not that sad tornado and she's alive, Allie.
She is. The throne's dead though.
Alive just in time to call GG as looks like Team Spirit a very convincing win after such a tug of war last game. They really needed that win.